I'm not doing that because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement. It's you. Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3. Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
This is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. Monday night, back again. Everything in the world seeming right again. Bucks in 5. Eric's happy. Look at Eric. Smiley. He's all excited. Cubs are looking a little down. Brewers are looking about, I'd say the arrow is about creeping up. But besides that, I hope everybody had a good week. Well, like we usually start, I got Ed and Eric here tonight with me. Mark, a fan, is sitting back in the corner. So Mark, he's quiet, but he's there, just hanging out with us tonight. But we'll start with Ed. How was your weekend?
I'm trying to think, what did I do this weekend? Went to a Brewer game, but I did spend this weekend involved in a rousing 4-person discussion about the difference between chickpeas and garbanzo beans. Yeah, it was an incredibly stimulating discussion until Willie had a stroke and then went off on some weird tangent.
Yeah, I'm worried about sitting in this seat again under the power lines. So Willie, I kind of wish you were here. My weekend was okay. Fun filled, I guess, hanging out with the family, little golf, little cooking out, and stuff like that. Good times.
Wow.
How about you, Scotty?
My chickpea story was way better than that.
Well, I didn't really seem that thrilled with the chickpeas text. So.
You were involved in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look up what I even said.
There is no difference. I don't know why. Did he ever explain why he asked that?
No, he didn't. He just disappeared. He wandered off on some other thing, talking about Coob or something.
Tomato.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was an interesting discussion.
I thought when Mark walked in here, I was like, damn, Willie looks good, man.
I know.
My weekend was a golf outing on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I avoided a drive to South Bend because of rain out.
I know, that was nice.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I had all 3 kids were supposed to play in that.
Yeah, South Bend's a long drive.
It is.
3 hours.
Yeah,
well, for 3 kids, that ain't bad. At least you got reasons.
It still would have been just a one-day thing, not
12-hour
trip
for you, basically.
Yeah.
12-hour trip.
Exactly. Yeah, I was happy when that got canceled.
On the Brewer game Friday, went to that. So yeah, it was a nice summer weekend. Let's put it that way. Weather was decent, I thought. Overall, no, it rained. It was kind of a crappy weekend, right? Did it rain on Saturday a little bit? Yeah,
a little bit.
It was all overcast. A little. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't a complete washout, but it wasn't great. So, but whatever. That's enough the forecast.
Thanks, John Milan.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I prefer to be called Vince Candela if we're going to call me
Vince
anything.
Can't tell you.
So on this week's show, we got the beer of the week. We got Ed Showerstall. Our fan poll, which is our snake draft also, is what is the best TV drama of all time? Also, our Mount Rushmore night. We're still in the NFL with the NFL. The NFC East or West. I'm sorry, Eric. You got me confused.
I'm sorry.
Eric has a rumble for us tonight. It's going to be me versus Ed. We'll talk about a little about the MLB, maybe a little about the NFL. But let's start off with the NBA like we did last week. Let's start off with the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, there's handing this thing to him. Trae Young might be out tomorrow night now. They are just saying, Milwaukee, take the Eastern Conference championship and go to the finals. That's all they're doing right now. And they have to take advantage of it. A great game last night by Middleton. And for all the people out there that wanted to put stuff, where are all the bashers now? I'm still sitting right here. When he does it tomorrow night, then I'll stop bashing him. I'm going to tell you right now. When he scores 25 points tomorrow night and shoots 12 for 24, I'll take that. Let's just say that, okay? Until he does that, and it was great. He needed to do what he did last night. He took over. But you guys know it was 20 points in the fourth quarter were more points he scored in game 1 and 2. So it's just one of those things. He's so hot and cold, and Drew Holiday is struggling still. First game he played really well, Drew Holiday. Had a great game. He just cooled off. If those guys could just score 20 apiece, man, and do what they do, they'd win. They'd win the championship, no problem. I still think they're on a good course, but So Eric, we'll start with you. What do you like about the Bucks right now besides they're winning?
Well, I mean, Drew Holiday really. You talk about inconsistency of Middleton. I mean, Middleton's been more consistent than Holiday. Our buddy Kendrick Perkins said the other night that Middleton is the Batman of this team and Giannis is the Robin.
I had that written down.
Which I get what he's trying to say because Giannis isn't really that go-to closer. No. I mean, he's not hitting the free throws down the stretch. Although that's been better.
Yeah, if 1 for 2 is good every time to the line.
It's better than what we were getting before. It was pretty damn bad.
I'm just worried that the problem with Giannis is that I think not the problem. Well, it is a problem. You almost it's becoming the Shaq thing. You're going to see him if Budenholzer has anything. I think Budenholzer's in a tough situation here because when it comes to crunch time, I do not think Giannis should be on the court. I have no idea why he's on the court when they're up by 10 with a minute left. I have no idea. Or up by 5.
Yeah.
He should not be on the court. He should be offensive, defensive switch. He should only play defense. It sounds crazy. I'm nuts, but he should not be on the court to play offense because he gets the ball, and I would grab him every single time. I would start grabbing him if I'm down by 10. They should have started grabbing with 1:03 left last night. Took my chance. That's what I would start doing.
Because they'll get to him right away.
Yeah, I would start following him, go with different guys. I mean, you guys get what I'm saying. I'm not. I love Giannis. Like I said, I could go watch. I hope Giannis stays there forever. He's a Buck with or without championship. I'll deal with Giannis. I like Giannis. I think he's a great guy. He seems like a family guy. I love that. He's not the wrestling. He's not like he's not going to get in Twitter rants against anybody. When James Harden tried to get with him a couple years ago, he basically just shoved it aside. He's not going to go back and forth. He's the kind of guy that is. I like Giannis. So I'm not. But he's just right now. His game hasn't. I know he's only 26, but there has been no signs of life the other way. He dealt with the occasional 3. That's great, but he also airball. Last night he had an airball, and then he switched to the next one. So I get it. I understand, but I like Giannis. So
did you see on Twitter, like the Atlanta fans are like 2 MVPs. He should be giving back his MVPs for throwing up an air ball. And I'm like, they scored like 110 points. That's 1 point.
Yeah.
He scores.
How's that any different than, hitting the back iron or something? Yeah. It's really, I mean, it's embarrassing for him, but
we're talking about a guy right now that easily gets 30 points and 15 rebounds in these games. We're talking about him giving back MVPs and stuff like that. The other quote I heard too recently is that somebody says he's the modern day Shaq. And so Shaq, if you go back to all those championships he won, he had Kobe. Kobe was his clutch guy, the go-to. Was Shaq ever clutch in those? I mean, then he won one with the Heat. Who was there with the Heat? Dwayne Wade. He was the clutch guy.
And wasn't Ray Allen there with him at the time or not yet?
Ray was on the second version of the Heat.
Oh, he was part of the announcement with LeBron.
He was, he became,
my bad.
He was like the big 4.
Yeah,
basically.
you're right.
I brought this up a while ago. Were they ever dishing the ball to Shaq to take the last second shot?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I said this like a month and a half ago.
Yeah. Does that make Shaq a bad player?
No, I mean, it's not that type of player.
Yeah.
Are you gonna when you need that foul, are you tossing it down to Curry down low in the post? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
But as fans, you were never sold that Shaq was that guy. Never were you sold that Shaq was the guy that's going to take that 20-footer to win a game.
What? I wouldn't want him with the ball.
But we are being sold that Giannis should be that guy.
Yeah. Well, just because he's our maxed out guy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's
and like I said, I mean, and Middleton is what he is. I mean, you have to accept it. I mean, I think they're going to win in 5. That'd be great.
Yeah,
I think they should, especially Trae Young's going to play. But I mean, I don't know what happens tonight in the Suns game.
Clippers are up big to start. But
okay.
How are the Clippers even in this without Kawhi? It's ridiculous. I mean, I just at first glance, it was like 15-2 to start, 25-14.
Okay.
Paul George isn't really.
Yeah, Paul George has those games. He's kind of like Middleton and him are kind of the same guy, except Middleton's more of a shooter where I think Paul George is more of a slasher, but he can shoot. George is a shooter.
Yeah, he's
old. He's a little old.
Scotch better
George
than Middleton.
a little older too.
Yeah,
he's
I don't
older.
think he's that old, but yeah.
So,
he's a little bit better.
Hey, with the way this is going for the Bucks right now, what are the chances that, like, say, Chris Paul and Devin Booker both get COVID when the?
Oh, I know. Just everything's falling their way.
It's unbelievable.
Now Trey's questionable.
Yeah.
I think he'll play, but he's a liability to be out there.
He's got a bone
with the
bruise.
bum. Yeah, bone bruise. That's crazy.
I would just have to attack him if I'm them. Any guy that gets the
They
ball
should have been doing that
go
from the
after
start.
him. Drew Holiday has to go after him. Anybody that he's guarding, and they may, if they're smart enough, they'll put him on like PJ Tucker on defense because that's what I would do because PJ Tucker ain't going to beat you. But I would if they want to protect him on defense, you put him on PJ Tucker's been starting, so I would put him on Tucker. But that might not be what they're going to look at. They'll probably start him on Holiday or whatever, and Holiday just has to get hot on him and make him work on. You need to make a guy like that work on the defensive end, so he can't have that leg at the end of the game to shoot on.
Yeah,
because he looked not good in the last 15 minutes of that game after he got hurt. But I think like our picks still are here: Bucks and 6 for Eric. I had the Suns in 7, and we all had the Nets. So Eric has the Bucks, and he had the Clippers. So Eric's still alive on both sides. Obviously, me and Willie had the Suns.
Nets,
but Willie had the Nets winning. So me and Eric are the 2 guys that still have a chance at the championship here.
And I had the Bulls. So
yeah. Well, you had Portland. You went on a limb, and I liked it. Yeah, you had Portland, and you had the Nets. So
Portland with a new coach.
Yeah,
and Lillard's not happy still.
No, Lillard's not happy about it. He does not. He wanted Jason Kidd. The reason Jason Kidd supposedly said came out that Jason Kidd didn't want to take the job because he didn't want to be the handpicked coach but a player. Which I'm like, well, wouldn't you want the star player to like you? I don't understand it. So
well, Kidd took the Maverick job.
Yeah, that should be fun. Today came out that Porzingis and Doncic do not get along. They are
the 2 of them do not get along.
Nope, they are not friendly at all.
Well, Luka would look good in a Bucks uniform, wouldn't he? Yeah. Or Porzingis, really. I always thought about
I take Luka before.
Well, but if you had
that ain't happening. No.
Yeah, no, I get it. And
I would trade Luka for Giannis right now.
You would?
Yeah,
younger.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm done.
You wouldn't take Luka over Giannis?
I would take Luka with Giannis.
No, but if you had to take one and death was not an option, Luka or Giannis.
What are you putting like where their contracts are and everything else at this time?
Nothing changes.
Just straight up.
No, straight up. The money.
I see where you're going.
Money, would you take? Who would you take? At Luka or Giannis?
It's tough because of for age and contract, I'd take Luka right away.
Well, money doesn't matter.
But I know you're saying that
nothing.
money.
Just looking at the aesthetics of how they play the game and what their game is.
If I'm the Bucks, Giannis fits that what they've built around by now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's you're building a team around that guy.
I see where you're going, and it's close, but I'm sticking with Giannis. Wow. He's just a dominant player.
Wow.
Great defensive player. He's still raw.
Yeah, as usual, I can go both ways.
But I just can't believe you would take. You would actually not take Luka over Giannis, and I like Giannis. Like I said, I love the guy.
It depends what situation you're in. It's so tough to just say.
But Luka's the same guy, and he's a great passer, and he's a great shooter. I
took Giannis, and when I had the first pick in fantasy over him,
is he a good defender?
And those were the 2 guys I was looking at. And
he's good enough to be the MVP. I mean, was he MVP yet?
No.
Well, close enough. He was there. I mean, him and Giannis.
He's only 21 or 22. He's young,
something like that. I mean. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's tough. That's a question I'd like to.
If you had 5 more years, you're going to get extra out of them.
That's a good question. Maybe that's our fan poll next week.
Do a fan poll on
up
that.
there.
I'd like to hear what people say.
Luka, I
don't think it's happening.
Yeah. So. Chris, how you doing tonight? Chris, good evening, gentlemen. Chris, how are you? So the Bucks. I was going to talk about maybe the final. Let's wait till they both advance, the Suns and Bucks. Hopefully they both do advance, or the Bucks do at least, and we'll go there later. So Bucks are up 2-1 at this point, and the Suns are up 3-1 at this point. So we'll see what happens in the next week or next few days. You did bring up so talking about basketball. Did you hear Scottie Pippen?
Yeah. Speaking of coaches,
he went off the reservation.
Yeah, he's been in the news a little bit lately too.
He called Phil Jackson a racist.
Yeah, I saw that today
for letting Kukoc shoot the ball over him.
Mm-hmm.
Basically said Dan Patrick actually directly said to him, "So are you calling Phil Jackson a racist?" Yep. And then later he goes, "Well, how about when he? Okay, so you're saying, but then Steve Kerr took the shot to win the 1 series. Well, what about that? Well, that was all for TV. He basically said Michael did that just for TV when he was in the huddle and did that. He knew the cameras on him. He just pointed at him and wanted to make look like he did the play and all that. But blah blah, like he said, I'm gonna get the ball. We all remember that what happened in the huddle.
Yeah.
We've seen that in the Last Dance. And then Patrick goes, yeah, but what Jordan said happened, and the guy was open and he made the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point he basically goes, he's rambling, and it's real quiet, and all of a sudden Pippen goes to Dan Patrick, "You understand English?" And Dan's like, "Yeah, I do." At that point I said, "Scotty, have a good day." Click. I don't care who he is. Because I guarantee 100%, at least in the country, would have been like, that guy's nuts.
Dan Patrick's more important than Scottie Pippen right now anyway.
Yeah, it's just crazy. He basically said that Phil Jackson's, and then because he left the game and wrote a book about Kobe and came back and talked crap about him and came back. And Dan Patrick kind of said, well, he was right. He was a selfish kid.
Yeah.
Povey was a very selfish young
how
player.
does he claim this without any evidence?
I hear
that all the time on the news without any evidence.
Well, that's he said he lived
It's
it.
just one man's
He goes, you weren't in
word.
the locker room, so I just want to see what players come out and say
Mm-hmm.
about Phil Jackson, because for some reason, if I stands me correct, Michael Jordan attached himself to Phil Jackson pretty tight for those 6 years.
Well,
And
he left because Phil left.
yeah, and then the thing about it too was the best part of the interview, and I wish Dan Patrick would have asked, but he probably wasn't. He was probably so thrown out. He goes about the shot, that he didn't get because Kukoc got it. He didn't go in the game, blah blah, because they were disrespecting me. But then he says, when Michael Jordan retired after his father got killed, that was selfish.
Wow.
What?
I didn't hear
And
that.
the people don't understand that when people didn't go in that game and didn't go in Kukoc in that game, he took out a dimension of the possibility of a decoy even. So for Kukoc to get that shot and make it anyway was pretty even bigger because he didn't have the decoy of Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
And Kukoc was a better shooter. Let's be honest.
He was hot in that
Kukoc
game,
was
too.
one of the best shooters in the league at that time.
Yeah.
He was a great shooter.
Yeah.
So what's Phil Jackson? I just being the rate. I'm like,
I don't
what?
think you're going to hear that from other players. I think Scotty just has too much of a.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he was nuts when he was a player, though. He had a rough upbringing, and he had a lot of things that he was always like just fighting to be good, and he just kept that attitude the whole. And yeah, what did you see the spat he had with Durant?
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it was like, and Durant of course called him out. This is coming from the guy that wouldn't go back in the game because he couldn't take the shot.
Well, and
Durant's a hell of a lot better player than Pippen.
And
ever
Patrick
was.
brought it up. He goes, "Well, you just gotten a thing with Durant about the same stuff you're saying that is wrong now that you said you kind of got on Durant." Oh, well, yeah. So Patrick kind of fired back on it a little bit, but
Mhm.
after he said, "You understand English?" I would have been like,
"You're done."
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna click. Okay, next guest. I hate to say it, but Dan Patrick has too. And Dan Patrick was surprising because I believe he was fairly close to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I
they
think so.
gained
Yeah.
out because he did a lot of NBA final games at the time. He was the guy on the court and after games. And
I'm
I
sure,
think him and
yeah.
Jordan have golf. They're fairly close for announcer athlete. And
Mhm.
in a way, it was like he was like trying to pump the brakes on it for him, but Pippen didn't want to pump the brakes. It was insane.
Hmm.
It was just the biggest thing about at its time too to just call a guy racist because he wouldn't give you the ball.
Is there a big outcry now against Pippen for being a racist? Because obviously he's claiming that
It's a racist statement that he made.
Skin color is the only thing that
Yeah.
determined, not that he sucked or
Not
Kukoc
that-
was a better shooter
And
or
you know what? Nobody's
so. I
listening.
mean, that's a racist comment to make. Why isn't anybody calling him out like that?
And the best thing is nobody's listening because Kukoc won the game. The call was right.
Yeah.
He didn't miss it. You can't go back, and if he missed it, then maybe people be maybe Fisher should have took the shot. But you can't. I mean, Phil Jackson had to be like that. Might have been the crowning moment for him. Like, awesome, you sat on the bench like a moron,
Mm-hmm.
and now this guy made the shot.
And I take care of the team.
Even better.
I called the shots.
That's even better.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just thought it was incredible, insane. I just thought, whatever. So, so there's a ranking out for NFL head coaches and the top coaches. So who would you guys right now?
Matt LaFleur.
Well, taking away your teams.
Yeah, he's up there.
If you
right?
had-
gotta
if
be
you had
up
to
there
if you had to
pretty
pick one coach, who would you take?
I mean, I still think Bill Belichick's the top coach.
Oh, I don't mind. It's easy. I mean, I talk about this guy all the time. I can't believe he's not thinking of him.
I'm not thinking of anything right now. But probably Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
up
my
there.
guy.
He's in the top 3 for me.
Yeah, he's 11 on this list.
11, huh? So
Yep.
give us the
Pete Carroll's going to be up there for these guys.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mike Tomlin, Matt LaFleur is 9, Sean McDermott, Bruce Arians, Pete Carroll, Sean McVay, Sean Payton, John Harbaugh, and Bill Belichick, and then Andy Reid, and just off the top. I will put a guy because I have to look at the quarterbacks of these teams and look at the teams that didn't have the quarterbacks. I think actually to what Sean Payton has done the last few years when Drew Brees wasn't in the game, he's another guy to be top 3 for me just because he may be people don't like him. I get it, he's kind of arrogant, but I mean, winning games with Teddy Bridgewater going 6-0 this year with Taysom Hill winning 3 or 4 games and making that smart call of going over Jason Witten and starting this kid, and people are like, what are you doing? I think it was a very calculated move by him, basically going, well, you know what? He's a 1-year deal. If he plays and plays really well, then we're screwed. Let's go with this kid. He's coming back. We get this guy for a cheap deal next year and keep him when I need it. And it worked out. It's a cheap deal. They got him for 1 year, and now he's the starter. So he must be. You think about he's going to be competing with Taysom Hill, but maybe he won't be a starter. I don't know. Maybe I'll go with Taysom Hill. I don't know.
Yeah,
Would you say Sean McVay would be the same thing, but the opposite almost?
Sean McVay did really well because Jared Goff, I don't think is an. If you name these, like Bruce Arians had Brady, and Matt LaFleur has Rodgers, and then you have McDermott, Josh Allen's moving up. Pete Carroll's had Russell Wilson. You've had Harbaugh. Harbaugh, another guy.
Yeah, he hasn't had that.
Harbaugh's another guy. He's got. I mean, Lamar Jackson, we see all the stats and wants to throw you stat. Oh, he's better than Josh Allen. Blah. Okay, whatever. That's fine. He's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not, but John Harbaugh's another guy just wins. He just knows how to coach a team to a victory. And for years that division was tough. I mean, he was beating the Steelers teams who were very good, and now you got Cleveland who's better. That's a tough division. I mean, and Bengals were up and down too. So he's always been competitive. He's always in the mix. So John Harbaugh's another guy I would be like,
he's weathered the storm too, because some of his mediocre 8-8 seasons they talked about letting him go. And he always, I mean, he must be a very convincing person too in the
that goes
boardroom.
back to Ozzie Newsome too when he was
just a bullshitter.
But when Ozzie
Ozzie
Newsome was there, you think about Ozzie Newsome knows guys, and he probably was like, no, let's hold on. This guy knows what he's doing. Let's give him the right, because being an ex-player, I think, is huge when you have guys in that know what they're doing, because they understand they're not just a gut reaction, not going, well, yeah, he went 8-8, but his left tackle, his starting defensive end, Terrell Suggs tore his Achilles, and this guy, and he still went 8-8, and he beat the Steelers once. So if we get Harry back, what's going to happen next year?
Yeah.
That's the kind of things these guys look at. Guys don't look at the big picture of these things ever. They really don't.
He seems like the guy too that fits the organization. Like sometimes you just see it, and you're like, he fits being a Raven. Just that's the attitude of the organization. Kind of like Tomlin, although I wonder, Tomlin has fit in with the Steelers, but a lot of people are predicting the Steelers to be maybe finish last in that division.
I'm not a big Tomlin fan.
I never
have been. I just think he's too.
But he's got that Steeler kind of attitude.
Yeah.
It's almost like you could picture him there even in the 70s.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I think Harbaugh's in a good situation with Newsome. He had that, just like you said, that player that understands him.
Yeah.
I mean, new GM they got there now. Who knows what happens the next couple of years? But
I mean, if he was
a name like Biscotti,
Bichetti,
Biscotti, different coffee.
Yeah,
or Steve Buscemi. That's who it is.
Oh, both.
Yeah,
he'll be up later
from Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. Oh, you stole my.
Oh, sorry. No, they got the crooked eyes from what's that movie? It's Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
the Water Boy.
Not the Water Boy.
It wasn't the one where he smacks Little Nicky. No, not when he smacks his feet at Mr. Deeds. Was he Mr.
Deeds?
Was it Mr. Deeds?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I thought he was a cross-eyed guy in.
Didn't they win an Oscar?
He might have been that cross-eyed that one.
Or was
too.
that?
Didn't he win an Oscar?
Was that? That might have been Schneider in there.
Oh, Rob Schneider. Yeah,
it was.
You can do it.
No, he's in. But what he's talking about, he's in one of them.
No, he is. It's Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds. Yeah.
Drives a Ferrari into the tree at the end. And he pops out, but his eyes were straight. Then he comes out, and his eyes are crooked again.
It goes back to our Johnny Dangerously. I can see.
Yeah.
But now I can't hear.
So a fun fact tonight: Eric wore two different shoes here tonight.
Oh yeah, I just noticed it.
They're both black.
They're Brooks. They're both Brooks.
But he didn't know where their shoe came from.
And amazingly, I have the left and the right, which is great.
Well, it's good. You and your wife wear the same size.
And they're both black and blue, kind of like what Scott's wearing. But one, they're just different shades.
What is it with that seat?
That's what I'm saying. I knew I was going to be sitting here.
And we already moved
I'm
you
feeling
over
crazy
there,
right
and then
now.
you noticed your shoes were different.
I know. I don't. There's something going on here.
Bob Lorenzo chimed in.
Uh-oh.
He brought up Frank Reich and Mike Vrabel. That's actually I like those calls too. Vrabel has done a good job, but they both have. Well,
were they in the top 15?
I don't know.
I like Reich.
I lost the page.
The third Reich.
This could be a good year for him right here.
Well, I think it's gonna. I think Carson
so.
Wentz gonna have a solid year. I believe. I'm not. Oh, Frank Reich was 12, right behind Shanahan, and Vrabel was 14. Stepnowski came in at 13.
Who came in last?
Zimmer, the new coach for
that's bullshit.
The Texan, David Culley. No, Nagy came in 19th, and they said, and
still
they
gets
wrote
a lot of love.
Well, I'm just saying, they said he actually got almost had a playoff win and got a winning season.
That's
two
true.
playoffs with his quarterback.
Yeah, being garbage.
Yeah, and without having really won. So
who's the
now
last?
They're saying if Fields is good, he needs to show he can call plays now. So
who's the last established coach? And don't say Doc Rivers.
Like NFL coach.
Yeah, like
Zach Taylor is coach 1 year.
Nah, I'm talking about a guy with
Joe Judge, Vic Fangio.
Fangio's
probably 25th. Yeah, Mike McCarthy's 23rd.
Ooh.
He didn't have his quarterback all last year, so we'll see. You get Prescott back, it's unfair to him. You get Prescott.
For a guy with a Super Bowl, it's pretty hard on him there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's how many losing seasons he had in his career?
couple.
1 or 2?
Two,
Yeah.
I bet. Last year was probably his second one, I bet.
Yeah, and you're jumping out there and saying like
He
you said
had-
earlier, Sean McVay.
No, he had 2 or 3 with the Packers. Those
Was it?
last 2 years he was there, they were losing seasons,
You sure?
or at
No,
least
his
top,
la-
they were at
wasn't
least 500 seasons.
No, it wasn't his last year.
Just the 1 year without Rodgers, he was bad.
Well, he had 2 years without Rodgers.
That's true.
And he made the playoffs one of those years.
But Flynn was the backup to one.
That was that was the year they had to tie with Minnesota to make the playoffs, and that was the game in Chicago that won the long pass.
In his
Conti got
first
burnt on.
season, I think. Well, his first season with Rodgers, they went 6-10.
Yeah.
So that's a losing season. I think his first season, he was 8-8 with Favre, and then they went 13-3. So that's 500. But I thought he had those 2 seasons where Rodgers got hurt. I think they were both losing. Anyway,
Yeah.
potato.
Well,
potato.
pretty
he's
solid.
coached 14 years in NFL, so 2 out of 14, I would take that with many coaches.
Oh yeah,
Even 3.
Yeah, I think he's better than what you just.
I think
ranked him at.
McCarthy gets beat up because not by you guys, but a lot of Packer fans. It's a Packer fan thing. They just want to beat up guys that were
Yeah,
here.
but they're not doing this. Packer fans aren't doing this ranking.
But they will beat him up. You guys, they would tell me he should be 32. They'd be telling me right
Yeah,
now. So,
I don't-
and they would laugh
I
at
didn't
it because they
think
think
he-
it's hilarious. The guy that
I didn't think he was a terrible coach,
no,
and I'm a Packer fan, so
I think the
if
last
he was
year.
still there.
I think his
whatever.
last year. I think Rodgers threw him under the bus, and I think a lot of people. I think there was a lot of stuff.
Rodgers.
I think he did. I think he did.
I don't know.
surprising.
Rodgers a very well liked guy.
He's a very
So it's about coming together as a team. It's about the people.
yeah.
The people.
Yep.
That's what makes an organization. It's the culture.
What just beeped over there? You look concerned.
Someone came on just now. Who I can't.
Oh, there's somebody. Our NHL guy.
Oh, Adam. You want to talk to finals? You want to bring him on real quick?
Yeah.
Let's bring.
Yeah,
him
let's
on.
bring him on.
Let's bring
Sure.
him on. So let's see.
Now who's in the finals? I know. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there he is. Hold on.
Hey, you put your link in the comments.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, you know
Hey.
we're gonna get you on. So let's talk a little bit about the finals are coming up, correct?
Yeah. Oh, it's on right now.
So
Oh yeah, they're on.
it's
Montreal, Tampa Bay.
so who is your pick for this?
I think someone said parlay. I don't even know. I mean Tampa was definitely maybe in the mix, but I think I said Boston, but that was for
Oh, yeah,
money
it was
odds.
Boston,
Someone
yeah.
wanted to parlay that. And
Yeah,
I didn't. I mean Tampa had decent odds, like plus 700, but I think Boston's like plus 13 or 14. So yeah, I like their.
They're up
a little
2-0.
bit-
well, my 2 teams. I took the party towns. I took Nashville and Vegas, and they're both out. So
Yes.
I was going.
Yes.
I don't even remember.
But
what-
Vegas got close, right? They lost.
did.
to Montreal, correct.
Right.
So
they
they're-
lost in the
they're-
back.
Yep.
Right. They lost in the stripper capitals of each country.
That's right. Montreal.
So you got Montreal and
The Lightning.
Tampa.
Tampa Bay. So who do you like in that series, and why?
I don't even know because literally, Willie's pick from the get-go was Toronto, and they played Montreal, and literally, I think their percent to make it out of that series was like 2 or 3% just to make it out of the first round. Same thing for the second. They're like, well, they got past this. They're not gonna go any farther, and they just keep winning. I don't know how. So I'm gonna say Tampa, but it wouldn't surprise me if Montreal. I don't want them to win because we don't want Canadians to have bragging rights. So, but I'm gonna go with Tampa. But it wouldn't surprise me just because I don't know how they just keep winning.
And Tampa's up 2-0. I see right now.
They are, but game 1 they have home ice. I guess until you lose, and you just need to take one, right?
Tampa's done a good job down there with their hockey and their football.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Eiserman built that program.
Does Brady
Yes.
play for the Lightning too?
yeah, I think he.
Brady.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
Tampa might have their third
The
championship.
Devil Rays. Is he pitching for the Devil Rays this year
Yeah.
too? Tom Brady.
They might have their third championship in under a year because
Yeah.
wasn't hockey delayed a
Yes,
little bit?
yes, it was. They won last year in a short season. Correct.
Yeah. So, I
Well,
mean,
the Devil, yeah, they.
Well,
they're-
and the Devil
calendar
Rays
year.
lost.
Devil Rays could have won if they wouldn't have pulled Blake Snell. They might have won. So they are the championship capital of the world right
Shit,
now.
we should move down there. We live in this shithole up here.
I know.
We don't win anything.
Oh, wait, weren't you guys talking Bucks earlier?
Yeah,
You're talking to a guy from Michigan, right?
yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You guys got the Red Wings.
You've had some championships.
I know we were only second or third to last this year.
Yeah. The Tigers have more than my Cubs and the.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the Lions. I can't. The Lions Bears have been better.
Oh, the Lions are in.
That's one thing I can actually say. My Bears are better than that. So, my
So
apologies.
have you guys watched any hockey?
I
Any
actually
playoff
watched,
hockey.
I watched
Yeah.
a few minutes of a couple games. I swear to God, but I didn't
Okay.
watch a lot. I watched Stop Would Stop, and I actually the other night the overtime game between Montreal, which was decided. Was that an overtime game? Correct? That decided it. Montreal won one in overtime. Was it? Was it them? Yeah. And I went to turn it on, and as I went to turn it on, they had just won, so I missed it.
Montreal just scored 2-1.
I got an alert, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna check."
I
this
did the
game
same
out.
thing. I had it on, but I had walked
Yeah.
out, and all of a sudden the game was over. And I didn't
Okay.
realize it was sudden death.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Overtime and
Yeah.
playoffs.
It shows you how much hockey I
you
watch.
keep playing until someone scores, and there's no shootouts in playoff hockey.
So that's just playoff hockey.
Yeah, regular hockey they have a short overtime, correct? And then
Correct.
they put out
And in addition to that, it's 3-on-3. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I heard that, yeah.
So it's a track meet out there. It can get back and forth, and it usually ends most of the time.
That's what the
But
NBA.
yeah,
3-on-3.
3-on-3 half court for overtime.
Yeah, a little
So
round ball classic.
In college, do you have anything like that, like a 3-on-3, or
That's just
Yeah.
gonna draw after the games.
yeah.
Oh.
So we actually did 3-on-3. We started that after the NHL started, and it was pretty cool.
so? How do you guys practice that? I mean, that's got to be
We
just
don't.
okay, because that's what I was. How do you even run plays
Well,
with 3-on-3? It's got to be a mass
You
fusion almost.
at that point, it's just it's man on man. You have it doesn't matter whether you're a forward, defenseman, whatever. It's you grab a guy, and that's your guy. Now just like in basketball, you can switch.
He wants to hit a button so bad.
That's what she said. But anyway, so
We were thinking,
this one.
yeah, okay.
There you go.
right. And
It
and
reminds
it's
me of
only
my honeymoon.
right.
Go ahead,
So,
go ahead.
but yeah, it's mostly that. It's mostly just free flowing hockey, and that's why there's so many chances. Because as soon as one chance goes down, if there's odd man rush, if you miss, most likely it's coming back the other way, odd man, and then it's just a track meet at that point. But that is a little bit of a pain in for overtime for playoffs. Is it's 5-on-5. I think Tampa and Columbus last year they went like 5 overtimes. So they played a full game, 3 periods, and then went 5 over. So they played like 2.5 games.
Jeez, but hockey guys will do that. They don't care.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, right.
Tough dudes.
Right.
2 guys were missing teeth and broken arms. They still play.
Probably. Yeah.
Chris Pronger got hit in the chest, had a heart attack. He was back by the 8th period.
Right.
Just like always.
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. There's a breakaway.
I know. Now
Live
I'm
update.
putting it on the Hulu here.
All right, very well. But yeah, hockey. I mean, New York Islanders. This is I'll give your basketball some credit here that I did check. I think the other day, and I was like, wow, it's not just all 1 seeds and LeBron's gone. So that's good news. So
It's kind of interesting. The 4 teams, the final 4 teams. The last team to win a championship was 1971. That was the Bucks. Everybody else is later. Never won one. So it's a pretty cool year for the NBA. It's finally different now. Yep.
Well, how about the NCAA basketball tournament too? Was kind of the same way. It was all underdogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parody's coming back.
Who won it? Baylor won it.
Baylor won it.
So they
hadn't
won.
won. No, they
yeah,
hadn't won
but-
since like 1950.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. They were.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's been a good year.
Yeah, like
Well,
that.
Tampa Bay won a Super Bowl.
It's a big, decent sports year. Not a good year, but it's been a good sports year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just nice to have the fans back in the building.
It makes it more fun to
makes a
watch.
huge difference, guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, with that being said, then what we just said, I hope Montreal wins because they hadn't won in how long?
Well, we don't want Canadians to have
gotta be.
right.
And on top of that, they're French Canadians.
You know what? They
Yeah,
have
exactly.
You know what?
Forget them.
You know what? They have
Oh,
poutine.
mon
They
Dieu.
can't have a championship. They have
Yeah.
poutine already.
What he said.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Poutine's funny.
Poutine.
Au revoir.
Merde. No Hobbs.
Calvin?
So I think when was the last time? I mean, we got to go back all the way. 76, 75?
Yeah, something like that. 70 something.
Patty Bowman was there. I mean, that's how long ago it was, right?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you the coach was. Maybe you can, but no, it's been since the 70s. But again, Canada, the Cubs been shut out of Canada for a long while.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right, fine.
It's been a good thing.
I changed my vote.
right,
Tampa Bay.
right. So,
These
but
guys
yeah,
need to save though. Look at these guys. Come on.
did you guys see the what do you want to call it? The videos going on in Montreal where they have, they're limited to like, 2,500, which, it's better than nothing. But then right outside the stadium, it's like, they got 10, 15,000 within 2 inches of each other. So it's like, why not just let them in the stadium?
No shit.
Actually, I just looked it up. Montreal did win a cup in 92, 93, and then one in 85. So they're winning about one a decade now after winning like 9 a decade before that.
They were that dominant, huh?
Oh yeah, they've won 24 cups now.
Well, Adam, hey, thanks for calling in. Are you still there? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I got
Sorry,
a question for you. No, that's
Yeah.
okay. Before I let you go, our fan poll this week was what's your favorite, or what's your favorite TV drama of all time? If you have one, I'm sure.
What are we defining as drama?
Well, you name it and we'll tell you if it is.
All right. I will. Okay. Oh, okay. I think. Oh God. I think they're even written by the same person. I think Aaron Sorkin. I'm a big Aaron Sorkin guy. So it's between West Wing and Newsroom.
Yep, those would both be.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with West Wing because it has more of an ending. I Newsroom got semi-canceled, so I didn't like that. They
West Wing
didn't
was
really wrap it.
Yeah, West Wing was a good
Right.
one. Good call.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for stopping in.
Yep. Thanks for let me in.
Yeah, you take care and have a good night.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
We'll get back next week.
So Adam stopped by. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like when people pop in and hang out with us. So you know what? Let's do a snake draft now. So we asked Adam. Since we asked him, do you want one? No,
I need one.
Oh, do you take that one? I'm good. I'm good right now. Thank you though. So let's do our best TV dramas, and let's go to let's do our fans first. You have a couple fans, you said?
Oh, yeah. I got to turn the hockey game off. So give me a second.
I got a few, and then you do yours. So my first few, Kaylee Marie said Nip Tuck. That's my nickname at the drag bar. Bob Pettit's is Married with Children.
That's funny.
Jack Gregory said Banshee.
I don't know what that is.
No. Chris Grove said Lost.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
Donna Kemper said Midsummer Murders. I
think that's on Netflix or something.
Never heard of it.
Midsummer Murders ever?
No.
Okay. Eric, what are yours?
So I'll try to get this guy's last name right this time. Dan Stepflug, who I used to work with, says Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Ward says Breaking Bad.
Ward, we should hard on the Beaver last night.
Oh.
And then
that's all I got.
Nick Sturch said ER.
That's good. I was going to say that.
Good one.
John Boyle said The Sopranos. Matt Schneider said watching LeBron flop, then complain.
That's a drama.
Mike Talley said People's Court. And then he said the theme music alone.
Yeah.
Armando Cavelli said Deadwood.
Yeah.
Manny Cavelli said Holzer said TJ Hooker.
That's horrible.
And Burning Miller. Maybe it's supposed to be Barney Miller. Kurt Barkalow. So those are those. So let's start our snake draft. Mark, you want to join in or no? No? You can yell them out.
Just give us one.
NYPD Blue. Oh, great.
Yeah,
one.
there we go. Yep.
Okay, that starts off. NYPD Blue, Mark said. So go ahead, Eric, your turn.
Well, because we kept it kind of a general. You said best TV dramas.
Yeah.
I'm taking Band of Brothers
Good one.
because that was a TV drama. It's a little it's more of a mini series, but
I actually saw that ranked as like 39th, and I was like,
It's
how can it
crazy.
be behind
I
one?
saw-
It can't be worse than one.
I saw
Yeah.
really.
It's one of the best things I've ever-
five, actually, a couple of mine.
It has to be. I mean, it's
One
one
of
of the
I never
greatest
watched
things
it.
ever made.
you
Have
got
you
it at
watched
some
it?
point.
Was it good?
It's one of the best things ever made.
So I should watch it then.
Movie, TV, anything ever.
I
Nice.
need
It's
to
incredible.
watch it again.
I'm gonna say The Shield.
Oh, damn, that's what I was just going to
Okay.
take.
You get two. You get two.
Yeah, I was just going to take The Shield.
There's so many in my head,
okay.
but Mark got me in the cop thing now.
I'm going to go Boardwalk Empire. I love that one.
First season was good. I never watched it after that, but I liked it.
It was
I couldn't
I
handle
never finished
about
it.
4 seasons in.
I'll give you my problem with it. I couldn't handle
Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi in that role. He was good in it, but I just every saw a cross-eyed guy from the movie you can't think of or whatever. But,
Mr. Deeds.
yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
But I did like it.
Yeah.
I did like it.
I never saw the last season of it.
Yeah, I
and
don't
it-
even remember what the last season was.
But I
honestly.
think the big thing is when that one Darmandy, when
Yeah.
he left, everybody thought it was going to be terrible, and the season after was
got
actually
better.
really
Yeah.
good.
because he shoots him right at the end of the first season.
No,
You
no,
never
now
see-
Scott.
Spoiler alert.
Have you ever seen it, Mark? Oh,
Oh, okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. You don't know what that. You'll never remember what the hell we're talking about.
Bullshit. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Was that your first?
I wanted the Shield.
Well, fuck you. Too bad.
Okay, I'm taking Mad Men.
Okay.
Second one.
My second one's going to be Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, I figured you
Great,
picked that.
yeah.
I'm watching Mad Men right now for the second time ever.
Well, there's so
Great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many good shows. Oh, it's that good though. You want to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take The Sopranos.
Oh,
you've heard of that
I
one?
never watched
Yeah,
it.
to me, that's in the top.
I
5
started
for
watching it
sure.
and I couldn't handle it.
You don't like it?
I couldn't handle it because I don't.
He hates fat Italians.
No, I
Yeah.
couldn't.
It's incredible.
But I couldn't handle the psychiatrist part of it. It threw me off.
That-
She go
yeah.
talk, and I was like, "This ain't cool. I'm supposed to be people getting whacked and stuff." I didn't.
But
see
it's
any
a
of that.
different twist on the whole thing. And how much time did you give it? One
I
show?
watched like 4 or 5 episodes, and I was like,
Nah, it
yeah.
could- it grows
wants-
and gets better
yeah,
and better.
he thinks it's all about whacking off. It's not.
What'd you say?
it grows and gets better
That's
and
what she
better.
said.
And he
And
said
then you whack
whacking off.
people off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Mark, you had another one for us? Your second one? Rescue Me, great show
loves
too.
that.
Oh, I love that. FX shows, I love. Most
We
of
went to
them.
that bar. No, not
No,
Rescue Me.
that was yeah, that was a different show.
Chicago one.
Oh, that I would.
That's not really a drama.
Yeah, they are, but I don't know.
They're
if
procedurals.
They're good shows like Fire and PD, but I wouldn't put them up there with best dramas. They're good shows.
Yeah, Rescue Me's Dennis Leary, right?
Yeah,
That's
Rescue Me had a little bit of
it's
everything.
Weird, yeah.
Had his demons, his
Yeah.
his cousin that was killed would always be in the room, and then he started
Banging
his
yeah.
cousin's wife. It was. You never watch Rescue Me?
Sounds like Kentucky.
You never watch Rescue Me?
No, I never saw it.
It's off the hook.
It's
Is
a,
it?
it is a great show.
I'll have to check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a show like a lot of these shows. I know it's the Willie. 1.21 gigawatts. It's the power lines, man. This microphone doesn't even sound right.
Well, you're better than Willie. At least you respond when you can't make a podcast.
Yeah.
At least you say, I
Yeah,
can't
he
make it.
texted
I don't know if I made it tonight, to tell you the truth.
Well, we're still debating.
I'm gonna take a show that definitely got better as it went along, which most of these shows, when you get to the final seasons, they kind of fizzle out. But Breaking Bad, the last season and the last 4 episodes are
Jesus.
incredible.
We got to keep hearing about Breaking Bad.
I'm going to go
Well,
with
just wait. You
a
just
new
wait.
show.
I'm
on
going to take your last one now.
I'm going to go on a new show on Apple TV, The Morning Show. Great show.
Is it like Morning Wood?
Season 1 only, but season 2 is coming out. It's like I said, it's loosely based on Matt Lauer and his trouble with NBC and the Today. It's kind of
nice.
got a little bit, but a little more to it. It's a good show. Steve Carell is the Matt Lauer character, we'd say. So it's a good show. Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon plays a pretty cool character in that show too. So it's a good show.
That's what she said.
So yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with all the Law and Orders. I'll just cover them all.
Okay.
Criminal Intent, SVU.
Oh, I was gonna pick SVU. No, it's
No, you weren't.
I never watched
Regular Law and Order. There's
SUV.
what's the other one? Now there's the new one with just Elliot. I can't think of it. It's like where
It's
they go after
called-
gangsters.
It's called Law and Order. Just Elliot.
Law and Order Elliot.
Elliot.
Phone home.
So there's like 5 of them or something,
Okay.
whatever it is.
Okay.
But I really enjoy those. And then and there's like 4,000 episodes. And let's see, what's my last one? I'm gonna go X-Files.
Wow.
Off the wall there.
Wow,
I watched a lot of those, when I was younger, especially.
you threw me for a loop with the X-Files.
Yeah, it's in there. It's
Yeah.
a drama.
That's a good one.
I'm stuck between a couple, and I really don't know which one to pick.
Well, I
It's-
think we're gonna have some honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
a few, but man, there's so many. I mean, I'm gonna go with the Love Boat.
Love Boat.
I thought you were gonna do Emergencies.
Sooner
Rampart 12. Go ahead, Eric.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
That's a drama?
Okay, Fantasy Island. Welcome to Fantasy
Don't
Island.
take these things serious, Scott.
He always throws it off at the end.
Okay, go ahead.
So I thought you were gonna steal mine.
The Wire.
The Wire.
Yeah.
Could
Okay.
potentially. I mean, to me, like The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Wire, they're all like 1A, B, C.
Yeah.
But The Wire is a great show if you haven't seen it. It got lost within the Sopranos time. It ran at around that same time, but it's been the most binged show ever, The Wire. So it's incredible.
Yeah, I gotta catch
I like
up
to
on
check that show out.
Yeah, it's all corruption, police force, drug dealers, politicians.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the second season right now, and then I've forgotten it. I did the same thing with another one, Peaky Blinders.
Oh, I'm watching that
I'm
right
in
now.
that, like,
Yeah.
8 episodes, and
I'm on season 4 of that. It's pretty incredible.
they're all kind of
actually.
the same type of, they're
Yeah.
gangster stuff.
Yeah, it looks like we love murder, mayhem, drug dealers. That's
Yeah.
what we love these days.
Well, there were a lot of the, like, St. Elsewhere, the ERs.
Yeah.
They were mentioned earlier.
St. Elsewhere's a good show too.
In college, we watched ER because we were all students.
Yeah.
Most of them were going on to medical. I was going on to painting.
Yeah.
But,
But you were a biology major, right?
yeah, I have a degree in biology.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
we all watched ER all the time. I mean, that was the
Heather
thing.
loved ER. I didn't as a younger man. I did not watch a lot of dramas. I watched the comedies, and now I'm just addicted to the Netflix and Amazon Prime, all these binge-worthy shows.
Oh, I got one.
I know you one that you and I both like.
Go ahead, Mark. Give us a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
I
actually
was
called
waiting for that one.
Ozark. Ozark, and it's when's it coming?
That's what she said.
Wow.
That's not usually. It's like it's already done.
Jesus.
Wow.
Hey, you got another one, Mark? You got one more?
Come
You
on,
got
Mark.
St. Elsewhere? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good show too. St. Elsewhere. I like that show too. Very good.
Hey, Chance Sosowski says he's down in Tampa. He can be an
Ah,
insider.
Chance, nice.
Tampa 2.
Insider.
We'll be down there for the Bears game.
So Game of Thrones, Lorenzo says.
And then Jim Lasco said The Shield, The Wire, and Breaking Bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I like his choices there.
I'm not huge on Breaking Bad, like I said.
And
I like
Justified too.
I love The Shield.
Bob put Justified. Bob put yeah. You guys are big fans of that. How about a show that I didn't think was a drama? And I was a name it, but I wasn't sure but I'm gonna. They said it here. Entourage.
Yeah, I got Entourage on this list.
Yeah, I forgot
That's
about
a
that.
great show. I thought it was more of a dramedy, if anything.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of comedy.
Yeah.
And it got lost too, like after about season 5.
It was
more,
all on the same time as The Sopranos.
and it was more bringing in like celebrities.
It
just
did
kept,
fall off.
Yeah.
They always had a cameo. Every
all
episode had a
cameos.
cameo.
I still liked it. I still watched.
I stuck with it, and the
And
movie,
the movie wasn't bad.
The movie was pretty good.
Yeah, the movie was pretty good.
How about the prequel of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul? Which it's another one that the first couple seasons were good, and it just keeps going. The last
you get a
season was
nickel
the
every time you
best.
say Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Oh, I know.
You get a
Yeah.
nickel every time.
Yeah,
There's
You gotta have like $3 million right at this point.
and the Wire. What about the Wire, guys? You guys got to see the Wire.
there's a family.
You ever see the
Guy-
Wire?
There's a
you
family
gotta
guy.
binge
Have you
it.
ever seen that?
Yeah, you
About The
told me
Wire?
about it. I don't know if I saw it, but dude, you ever see the Wire?
The Wire's the greatest thing ever.
You got any honorable mentions, Ed?
I'm thinking, like I said, there's a bunch of the medical type ones.
Yeah.
I used to like Boston Legal, which was kind of
Oh,
comedy too.
Yeah, good show.
But with Shatner and James Spader.
James Spader, and then it was also Dylan
McDermott,
yeah.
That dirtbag he's in the new Law and Order too.
Yeah, he's a dirtbag in that show.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's horrible. He's
Yeah.
a horrible drug dealer.
Yeah, good for him.
To give another show I really liked, and it's had 3 seasons, and each season is a completely new story. And it's a HBO is True Detective.
Yeah,
And the first season,
I want to watch that.
first season is
Was that Woody Harrelson the first year?
and
It's-
McConaughey.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah, the first season's good. I haven't started any of the other ones. yet.
I never did either. I started watching the second one, and the second one has the comedian Vince Vaughn.
Oh,
So it's hard to-
I was just watching Breakup the other day. It's a pretty funny movie.
Breakup's good.
Yeah.
My baby wants lemons. My baby gets lemons.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Mark, any other ones? House of Cards. I heard that's good. Jarrett loved that show. He said it was a great show until Captain PB Toucher got in trouble. So I'm just telling like it is, man. There's no way.
Without evidence.
Cam Crabble says, "Good evening, gents." I don't know who he's talking to, but how you doing, Cam?
Yeah.
Must be talking to Mark.
Yeah, Mark's here. Mark's sitting away.
We do
in
have
the
a
corner.
gentleman in the house tonight.
Anybody? We'll give one more. We got one more each.
Oh, I want to give can I give 5?
Oh, you got a name though, don't you? When you guys watch Shameless?
I never saw Shameless.
I mean,
yeah.
my father-in-law, my mother-in-law have been binge watching that show.
Yeah. I don't like it.
They say it's hilarious.
I heard it's great. A dramedy.
Yeah, but they say it's pretty funny and pretty out there. It's like they're pretty much white trash live in Chicago, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
down in Canaryville, it's all a bunch of Irish idiots.
I haven't seen the final season, but it's pretty it's good entertainment.
I don't want to give it away, but yeah, he dies.
I might start watching. Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus!
You ruined 2 shows for everybody tonight.
Hey, just so you guys know, just so you guys know, ET gets home.
If you're watching for entertainment news, this show
And Iron Man dies. Anything else you guys want to know?
Really? He dies?
He does.
What?
He gives it up to move on. Yeah.
What the hell's
that?
And the last one, and the big last.
Oh,
movie.
thanks. I'm in the middle of all the Marvel movies
that
right
the
now.
guy
Are you really?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pirate
We're
guy?
watching them all for the first
Good.
time.
Oh, the best one is the big last one. It's pretty cool.
We're watching them in chronological.
You know what's actually really good? Black Panther is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that's one I
And it
actually
sucks
have
that-
seen.
Not to be funny, it sucks he died anyway, but
Could've
I would
done
have
a-
loved to see another Black
another
Panther
one.
because I did like Black Panther was a cool movie. It was
Great
cool.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
He was
We're
good. He was
watching
good
them.
Jackie Robinson.
We're watching them all chronologically.
Nice.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Timeline.
Yeah, you got to watch the series then too. They bill in.
I've seen. Yeah, they have those kind of set up at the end.
Yeah,
because
because I just started watching
Loki.
I got done with the one WandaVision.
Is that good?
Yeah, it was weird, but it was good.
Yeah.
I just started watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Jared said it was okay. I started watching. I liked it. I like it so far.
Yeah.
It's cool. And then I'm gonna watch Loki.
Yeah, we're gonna get through the movies first and then dive into those.
Because you have to watch them in order. These are part of the. These are
and they
orders.
set them up.
Yeah,
they set you up in chronological order.
Have any of you guys seen Vikings?
I heard it's great. I heard it's great.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Mark, you an Avenger fan? The Avenger movies?
A little bit. I don't go out of my way.
Okay. You're not.
Oh,
I'm into them.
He gets like motion sickness watching them because they're moving around too
like
fast.
the Transformers and stuff. I can't even watch. It makes me sick. But I'm not a big superheroes fan. After Lex Luthor tried to knock the California into the ocean, that's pretty much when I quit watching them. Remember that?
We all remember that.
Was that Gene Hackman?
Yeah.
Great actor. One of my favorite actors ever, hands down.
Superman 2 was better. They put those guys in the mirror and threw them off into space.
All right, I have a ton more, but we can wrap this up.
Throw them up.
Well, how about an old classic here, The Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone.
Yep.
Tons of episodes.
And another HBO Rome, which was 2 seasons.
Never seen that.
It tells the story of Mark Antony and Cleopatra, basically, and Julius Caesar, and it's awesome. The acting is incredible.
I watched some a while back that are kind of similar at their period dramas, and it was World Without End. And,
yeah, I remember that.
What was the other? Something with the castle, but they were two that
The Man in the High Castle.
No,
because that's another good show on Amazon
weird,
Prime.
Yeah,
it's really cool actually.
Whatever it was there, but there's two that were British shows. So they went over a period of like 800 years.
Oh wow. Yeah.
This city being built and different people.
The Rise of Rome.
Yeah, it's something like World Without End and something.
That sounds familiar.
How about the Twilight Zone?
We just said it.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Maybe you're living in the Twilight Zone if you didn't hear me say it.
Oh, usually I don't hear Willie. So that's
there's
you're
still
sitting in a chair. I don't pay
what?
attention.
Think about that. It's all the way back from the 50s, and people still, quote stuff from there.
What about Twilight Zone?
Oh,
hey Scott,
I got all this time to read, and my
classes.
Classes.
Yeah. Can I name one more?
Yeah, sure.
The Twilight Zone.
That's a good one.
Oh, jeez,
that's great.
Why didn't we think of that?
There's something.
He's a genius.
On the wing.
Something.
That was Shatner.
That
Right?
was Shatner too.
The wing.
It's on the wing.
On the wing.
It's a
All right, one more. And I
Okay.
just watched it. The Mandalorian.
I watched one or two, and
I loved it. And the same actor from Narcos. See that tie?
Narcos is good. Though.
Great. The first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The first 2 follow
Escobar,
and then the last season kind of
goes to Mexico
continues on. Well, there's one more season of Narcos though after he dies because they're going after the other cartel.
The Cali cartel.
Yeah, the Cali cartel. Yeah.
I'll wrap this one up. You guys ready?
Yep.
Twilight Zone.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
So I'm going to sit here by myself and talk to you guys. What can I talk about? Oh, so you know what came up, and I'll break into it. This week, Buster Olney has came out. Very bleak outlook for Major League Baseball. They're saying the lockout is going to probably happen for sure. The quote from Olney was, at the owners' meetings a couple weeks ago, the conversation among the owners was not whether or not there was going to be a lockout. It was when there was going to be a lockout. I got to tell you guys, the relationship between the two sides is by far the worst I've ever seen, and I covered the strike in 94, 95.
Really?
So, baseball is coming to that point, I guess. I don't know what it is. Do you quick question, do you think that
why don't we ask Ed?
Do you think the strike coming, do they think that change is buyers and sellers in Major League Baseball? I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, do you think it changes if a strike does come? Does it change what you do and offer guys and all that? Does it change the owners, what they're going to do? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it has to.
Yeah.
But you heard that today too. That came out.
Yeah.
And like, so now like the Cubs are in such a weird predicament. Like whatever, 2 games out of first. I don't know what the score is right now, but
who's up? Brewers are up 3-2.
So I mean, they're in a selling mode, but they're winning anyways. Now, if you got a strike coming up and you don't know what the future CBA is going to be, I don't know. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, Hop says Narcos Mexico was awesome, and he said Olney is a PR rep for MLB. I don't know how that. I don't know. I mean, They've been talking about this for a couple
They said
years.
he said it's pretty much guaranteed.
It's coming. It's coming down the line. I don't think the MLB and not being a PR rep for the MLB, it's not a great PR move by telling people a strike's coming because it doesn't benefit the MLB one bit. They're not part of the owners or the players, correct? 4-2 Brewers. So it doesn't benefit the MLB if they strike. So it's not good for them at all. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not good. But yeah, like I said, it's like you said, it's weird. I mean, what do you do? Buy, sell? I mean, 2022.
Or do you buy now and just hope?
Yeah,
you hit
and
because the CBA you think would increase prices.
Well, yeah, but it's weird why they always strike because they have no salary cap. Is it all about the intricacies of the game of different parts of the contracts? Then
I think it's all sharing how it's shared.
Well, but how much more do they want? I'm just asking. I mean, you got guys making $40 million a year. Now, I know they all don't. I get that, but you got a lefty that throws 90 getting $12 million a year, right? That's average.
Number 3-4 starters are 12 million easy.
So I don't know what more do they want. They want like $20 million and make people even not like your sport more. I don't know.
The only thing I could see, I mean, for me, where I would be arguing is for the younger guys.
Well, that's the thing. I agree.
You would. Those are the guys that are the guys on top are,
and that's a problem.
And they're going to squeeze. Here's what they're going to do: is they're going to squeeze out all the middle guys. Yep. I mean, just throwing out names: the Travis Shaws,
David
or the
Bodie type guys,
the David Bodie's, guys that have been there 4 or 5 years that are just average. They're just filling.
They're good.
They're
they help the team.
They're going to be gone. It's going to be replaced by rookies.
Well, that was the big problem when this all came up. It's like the higher price players are basically like they don't want no crumbs left over. They want
they want it.
Yeah, it's not like they're trying to go. You want to set the future up for the league. You want to make sure the young guys. No, because I mean, do you think guys like Mike Trout and Tatis and I could name high price guy? Do you think they really want to strike personally? How does it benefit them? They don't get paid then. They got their money. They got their guys that have their contracts. They'll vote to strike because they have to.
And I believe Tatis and like Acuna and those guys have long-term contracts. They're not the greatest contracts, but I mean they're set for life.
Well, yeah, they're not going nowhere, and it's a good team deal that makes they can build a team around them. Then,
yep,
they can play with Machado. They can get pitchers to go in San Diego, make the team a possible Super Bowl World Series contender. This is, I mean, it's almost like the thought of like the quarterback we talked, Tom Brady thing. He takes that money, he gets paid. He's making $20 million, $25 million a year, but there's $15 million extra spend or $10 million extra spend on guys to help the team, right? And baseball is weird though, because football you do it because you have to as a salary cap. But with baseball, I don't. It's just and that might be the problem too.
I mean, there's a soft cap in baseball.
Yeah, well, it's very soft.
They can.
That's what
they
she
can
said.
exceed it, by quite a bit, and it's for like 2 or 3 years, and then they're paying a penalty.
Yeah.
But what? I don't know why. What would be the purpose of this? Have they not been watching the news lately? How sports is doing in the public's perception of, $1 million athletes?
I mean,
it's not.
No.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is taking a beating pretty much in the eyes of the people.
Yeah,
LeBron is the best basketball, in the last 20 years.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
He is not.
It's not popular.
Supported or popular at all.
No.
These
not
guys
even
are
in
turning
LA, really.
They're like as politicians now.
Well, I think what they did with him, unless there's something changes, he kind of ruined LA a little bit with what they did. They did win one, but it was a short season, so you can argue that was it was not a fluke, but they won.
Just like the Dodgers.
They would have never won a long season with LeBron because he's too old. That short season was built for LeBron to win at 37 years old or 36, whatever he is.
It worked out well for them.
It was built for them, and they had a good run. I'm not taking away, but I mean, a long season. You saw what happened this year. They can't play, so can't play.
It's
so another story out there. I don't know if you saw a hammer thrower, Gwen Berry. She turned away from the flag while the anthem played at the trials because she felt like she was set up. Because she has been very outspoken as an activist against police violence, and that's I'm not going anywhere with that. But the thing about it is that blah blah, they didn't do this, and then it came out that it was on schedule to be played. They weren't even on the podium when it started. They were walking to the podium. It just gets played at a certain time every day. They just do it to do it.
Yeah.
So she was set up, I guess. You know how you don't get set up? Don't go to the Olympics. Don't try. I'm fine. You don't have to. Don't. I mean, there's people out there that would.
So she faked this whole thing, is what you're saying?
Well, she did. I don't know. And then she held up a shirt at the end that said, and that's fine. Athletic activist.
It was all planned ahead.
Yeah. So her plan was there. I mean, she took advantage of the national anthem to do something on the podium. So the
Mhm.
national anthem playing, starting up when she stepped on, not the normal time. It wasn't set up. It was
Oh, I get
Baba.
it. That's why she's saying she was set up.
She was playing
That
when she was on the podium,
They timed it like that.
but it was started playing before she got
Plays
up there.
at the same time. It's because it's the trials. It's the Olympic
They
trials.
said at 5:25 on
They
Saturday,
played,
the music
yeah.
was going to play. And
Okay.
it was 5:25 when it started.
Yeah,
So were the
I
other
get
two people that were on the podium set up by her? Or did she warn them ahead of time that she was going to make some?
because they looked like they were,
racist
facing the
statement?
flag.
Oh yeah, they were standing
Yeah.
with their hands over. They were, yeah.
She was kind of turned or whatever.
And now they're part
I
of
don't know.
history.
I'm not
for all
wasting
these.
any energy on
Yeah,
it at all. I
But
don't.
these other two now are the ones that are off to the side, are in this picture every time now.
Yeah.
And now
You
you
know,
put them in a
so
situation where
You're putting them in a situation because she set them up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, she's got no class, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
let her do whatever she wants to do. Kick her off the team. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch that shit now.
You don't watch Hammer. You don't watch Hammer Throw.
Well, hammer throw. Yeah,
That's
I watch,
awesome.
But I'm just
I
gonna,
watch-
I'll just turn it off when she's on.
I would watch Hammer Time.
Yeah.
MC Hammer videos.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Ed's probably seen plenty of hammers thrown on the job site.
Oh yeah, I've thrown a few,
Yeah.
and I'm the
And you're a
and I'm
painter.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh. Jeez. Wow. No warning. I don't even have to get the beer.
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Well, I don't know if we really even call this a beer, but I know I talked about it last week. We're going to transition to a month of cocktails, summer cocktails. So it's summer. It's warm. I mean, I'm a big IPA and stout guy, but when it's hot like this, you want something a little bit lighter. So on my way over to the Bench Warmers Studios, I picked up a 12-pack of Goose Island 312. So if anybody knows, 312 is their classic. It's called an urban wheat ale that they do, but this one they made into a lemonade shandy. So kind of competing with the Leinenkugels that everybody around here loves, the summer shandy. But we decided, we've already been drinking this, just so you guys know. We decided this one's better than Leinie's. And probably because it's a wheat ale and it's got a little bit more beer flavor, maybe.
Yeah.
Than tasting more, less
I think it tasted
like
very
just
lemony. I think it tastes very
yeah,
lemony.
it's lemony, but it doesn't. The shandies always seems like a soda to me.
Yeah. Mark, how'd you like it? Yeah, Mark liked it.
Okay, so there it is. Mark likes it, so it's legit. It's very light. It's only about 4% ABV, and it's something you could probably drink all day.
So for the people out there, why
And we're trying.
Why is it called 312?
Okay, so 312 is a very, very popular area code in the city of Chicago. So Goose Island is in Chicago.
It was the only area
The
code
Twilight
back when
Zone.
we were kids.
Yeah.
Just like 414.
Yeah, exactly. So, great little summer beverage here. So transitioning into July when we're going to do cocktails.
Cocktails.
Yep. So there you have it.
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take.
We're singing
it
now?
to Bermuda. This Cocktail, right from the movie
Best
Cocktail.
Beach Boys songs. Go.
Snoop John B. Great song.
Good song. God only knows.
I have none.
Really?
I'm not a
Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be.
It'd be nice.
Good vibrations. 409. Fun.
Wow.
Someone's a beachhead.
Oh my gosh.
Little too
Barbara
much.
Ann.
Yamo be there.
Yamo be there.
If I hear Yamo be there one more
Shut down.
freaking time, I'm gonna Yamo freaking
California
kill somebody.
girls.
What was the song I was just singing?
California girls. So
Kokomo.
Kokomo. I like that one.
I hate that song.
John Stamos.
Yeah, that's the only good part is the video because Uncle Jesse looks awesome in it.
He's got that flowing locks. So
What about lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did?
that's
Bare Naked
oh,
Ladies.
Yeah, that's Bare
Yeah.
Naked Lady.
That is my favorite.
Best
song of them,
Canadian
too.
bands go.
Loverboy.
Rush.
We did it already.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. That's right.
Yeah, we did that.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Uh,
Too many shandies.
So
It's like we're just shotgunning it here.
so let's do this now.
Oh, what the?
Are you ready?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
So this week we got our Rumble back, and Eric's in charge of the questions. So it's going to be me versus Ed, and we got Eric and Mark can judge.
Yeah,
they can both judge a question and give us. And then if we have a tiebreaker, if you guys don't pick, we'll let the fans pick the winner. Then
Yeah.
So what's the question, Eric?
Okay, so it's NBA playoff time, and we've seen a trend in the NBA with teams putting together a big three or a super team. Obviously, to get contracts right, a lot of times the bench is the part where there's a lot of strategy putting it together, and we've seen some teams that maybe don't have the complete bench they need, but they have the big three. They have the superstars. So is that a better strategy these days, or is it you have one superstar and you have this very, very well-balanced supporting cast and a bench? So Ed, you're going to tell me why the big three is a better way to go, and Scott is going to tell me about the superstar with the great bench. Ed, go ahead.
Well, the big three is obviously the way to go. It's worked for so long here. I mean, LeBron's won how many titles now? 5, 6, 7 now, with doing the big three thing every time.
I think just 4. Slow down.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm going to lose this shit.
He said he was going to win a bunch, but you know,
God, I don't really even agree with this. This is horrible. I'm trying to think of even a big three team. I mean, there's been some champions with it, but you can really, fuck it.
Well, congratulations, Scott.
Well, thanks.
Now give us your.
What do I win?
Johnny,
tell him.
A lemonade shandy.
I get punished for the rest of the show. I gotta remember.
Malort.
Oh, I was gonna get crackers that taste hot sauce. I forgot we do that next week.
No, we were gonna do the
Malort.
You gotta speaking in a certain way, but I can't do it because I got a shower still coming up.
Okay, so I was gonna say this. Okay, so I think what you're saying is the one player around other players is happening in Milwaukee. Because I don't believe Middleton and Drew Holiday are on the level of guys like Harden and Kyrie, and if you go to like Curry, he had Durant, I guess, but before that he didn't have anything like that. He had Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. They're probably they were better, but Klay Thompson was, I mean, not Klay, but Curry was a star of that team.
Was there even a big three right now?
It would be
the Nets.
Yeah,
but they're gone.
They were injured though. Yeah,
the Warriors would be.
Yeah.
Anyway, let Scott finish. I'll give my 2 cents on it.
And so I'm just gonna say it's probably, and Jordan was kind of the same thing back in his day. I mean, Pippen they did draft really well. Pippen became that guy, but he wasn't that guy. He wasn't. Let's put it this way: Pippen wasn't grabbed out of free agency and put on a team. They built the team around Jordan. They got 3-point shooters. They got a bench. They built it up. The Bucks have done the same thing. They've done the same exact thing recently. Now they haven't won anything, so they're a hard argument. But you got teams kind of like the Celtics too. I mean, look at Tatum. He's their best player. Look at teams like the 76ers. Ben Simmons is not a big three guy.
Out the door.
Tobias Harris is a great guy to play with you, but Embiid is hands down their best player. They don't have guys you can defer to on that team. It's Embiid or nothing, and they're in the same boat as the Bucks. Kind of sometimes they don't have that guy that can make those shots on the outside. They don't have the consistent guy because Embiid isn't that guy either. But I think they are the models for having, at this point in time, you got teams like Sixers and the Bucks, and almost in a weird way. I mean, Ayton's played better, and you got Chris Paul, the older, but it's happening in Phoenix too. Yeah. Devin Booker is the star. Trae Young's a great example right now. That's a great example. They have gone far without. I mean, Collins has played great.
I was hoping I was going to get your one because that's where I was going with that too.
So I'm just going to say that's my argument. Yeah. I mean, that's why, and the big three, it just causes sometimes it's pressure too. When you have those guys, you have to win. Where Atlanta's, they're mowing down teams with a big 1, big 2.5, big 1 and to a couple. So,
what do you think, Mark? I mean, obviously Ed gave up.
The big three doesn't work. I think it's got to be the one good player with a big supporting cast. It fills in pieces. One guy gets hurt with the Nets.
Yep, with an injury
or any injury.
Yeah,
it kind of just throws everything out of whack because they don't have somebody to fill that void.
And their bench scored 0 points in the last game. I think so. Scott's the winner just because you gave up. Well, I think that you could go either way on this argument. I mean,
want to be argue big three now?
Yeah.
Okay. Big three works because it has worked, like Ed said, for the last 15 years.
Well, but
it has.
Okay, so so you have the Heat, and the Heat did a better job with that supporting bench. They had people like Miller, they had Ray Allen. Somehow they made it all work. This Nets team I think they're going to have to do something. And they had guys get hurt at the beginning of the season,
Well,
like
remember,
Dinwiddie.
they lost Dinwiddie.
Yeah, Dinwiddie.
Yeah, and I think Harden's injury, he wasn't. Harden's not an injury prone guy, neither is Durant.
And yes, they also had the injuries.
They haven't been injury prone.
They weren't a
Kyrie is
true
that
big
guy.
three. They weren't a true big
And-
three in the
yeah,
playoffs. Right
and
now.
the other team too. If I guess another argument for the one guy, well, LeBron's title in Cleveland. He had Kyrie.
He had Kyrie.
Young Kyrie.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team was, I mean,
How about the Dallas Mavericks when they beat the Heat?
too, didn't he?
Yeah. Who?
He had Love there.
Yeah, he had Love, but that was like almost like that's almost like the Bucks
It's
situation.
like, it's like a 2.5.
Yeah, because
Kyrie's better than
was-
anybody on the Bucks.
The reason, and I guess I'll beat my argument up. The reason they won that title is because Kyrie. I mean,
Yeah.
LeBron had the block you see on the replay, but Kyrie in the last 2 minutes of that game just
Took it over. I remember that.
got on fire.
They both really did. That game 7, as much as you hate LeBron, and Kyrie, I could take him or leave him. They both played dynamite. I mean, it was incredible. LeBron's block.
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff. But okay, so you have the Mavericks that beat the first time the Heat got to the finals with the big three.
Well, that was a stat last year.
That was the Mavericks, and you just had Dirk, and you had a great supporting cast. You had Kidd was on that team. I mean, you had
A Hall of Famer though. That's tough.
but at the end of his career,
he was a Hall of Famer. That's
but it was not a big three.
But they mowed through the Lakers. They
Yeah.
mowed through the Heat. They mowed through.
Wasn't
another
San
really good
Antonio one of the best teams for like a
San
decade?
Antonio won
And they didn't
5
have a big
titles.
three?
Parker, Ginobili,
That-
and Duncan.
that was a
They're very
kind of a
underrated.
big three.
But they were kind of like the Bulls, though. They were guys they put on a team and built a team.
Yeah.
They didn't go grab these guys and grab them from
Still,
different
it's the
teams. And
concept is there, but
I think the question would be a good question to say a built big three.
a natural, like the Warriors are a natural big three.
It's unfair to say big three if you got lucky and drafted the guys.
What the Thunder should have been with their
that's what I was just gonna
their
say.
draft, but the Warriors drafted all those
And
guys.
their depth, the Ibaka on that team, and
Yes.
they were
But-
crazy.
Yeah, Ibaka was the number 4.
Yeah, he was good.
I mean, that's
Of course, they gave up on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't keep
Well,
Harden,
Durant gave up.
and then Durant gave up.
Westbrook, they all gave up on the left.
Yeah.
They were dumb. They could all make contracts and stay there and won championships.
So it's just a
probably.
matter of which way you argue it. I think it really depends on how good the GM is. I mean, and I'm hoping, in a couple of years when we ask this question again, we're talking about the Bucks winning titles because of how good the GM was, bringing in a PJ Tucker, bringing in those.
And they traded for
great
Middleton,
supporting guys.
and they did try adding with Drew Holiday. I mean, so they did try to make a big three it's more of a poor man's big three. It really
It
is.
kind of, yeah.
It really is.
And Lopez.
And don't get me wrong, I like Drew Holiday. Lopez, I went in. Lopez is so.
It's so funny because before last night's game started, Logan and I were driving back from somewhere, and I said to him, I go, Lopez has been garbage. And I think he's the guy that next year you give up on and you bring somebody in his position. Then he goes out and has an incredible start. He had a great,
He didn't play last fourth quarter at all. He didn't play the fourth
but
quarter.
he had
at
an
all.
incredible start to that game defensively, or maybe I'm thinking of the game
It was
before.
game before.
The game before. That's
Who
it.
played really well last night? Portis played really well.
Portis stepped in. It was good to see him. Oh yeah, it was game 2.
Bob Pettis said Eds wins.
I like Bob.
No, Mark just pointed out, but Bob also 4-4 Cubs Brewers now.
Yeah,
and
it's the Lightning
Matt
list.
Hoppin said, "Don't forget about KG Pearson, Ray Allen. That's good. That's a good
Yeah.
point. They did go there and build a team.
Well, but they only won one title.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think the reason they didn't win more, the coach, Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers, man. That's like Doc Rivers, man. That dude's a dumpster fire. He literally is a dumpster fire.
His former team is up 61-60 right
And
now.
where did he go to college?
I know. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
He just
The
doesn't.
only big threes I could even think about, were Miami.
Well, right now, Eric Scott and-
Celtics.
It
Eric
is.
Scott and Ed.
Willie's that
We're- we are
mediocre
the big
bench
three.
guy.
Willie's likely to be a 7th man.
He's our Serge
Yeah.
Ibaka.
Well, if he keeps up, Glenn's moving up on the depth chart. I'm telling you.
Glenn hasn't showed up.
Yeah, where
yet.
the hell's Glenn been?
He's moving up.
Tonight
Jesus
he had
Christ.
a Brazilian. He said that's why he couldn't.
Yeah,
make it,
he did tell us that the other
Yeah.
day.
So he texted. He's told us.
He had a sausage with us at the Brewer game.
Wow.
Okay, so okay.
Very true, Eric.
Everybody into the shower! Anybody in the shower in 10 seconds gonna get fined $100! Larry!
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi,
Get in
5
there!
Mississippi,
Hurry it up!
6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi.
And beer is good. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Eric.
It is good.
So this weekend I was watching Le Tour de France when Karma struck and made my weekend so much more enjoyable. As beaucoup de bikers were entering a bottleneck where riders are packed together like une boîte de sardines, for our French listeners. Some nerd with a cardboard sign turned and accidentally extended her sign out into the roadway. Her paper sign knocked over one rider like he was cold-cocked by Mike Tyson. A few nearby riders also went down, and this created a modern-day Maginot Line, although this one actually held back a few Germans and Italians, unlike the original. This set off a chain reaction throughout the entire field. Imagine the lamest domino knockdown you've ever seen, but now imagine it with a couple snail-eating announcers. Oh, mon Dieu! I actually watched the replay a few times just to see if Rowan Atkinson was holding the cardboard and this was some stupid Mr. Bean gag. But alas, it was not. Mass hysteria ensued. Bodies, bikes, and water bottles piled up on the first rider. One after another, bikers plowed into the rider in front of them. After all these world-class athletes were treated with Band-Aids and Advil, they collected their bikes and got back to pedaling their testicle off. It was at this point... Jeez. I knew you guys would like that one. It was at this point the entire French team threw up white flags and surrendered to the girl holding the cardboard sign. They were eventually encouraged to continue the battle with bribes of cigarettes and eclairs. They reluctantly accepted, and eventually the area cleared. All that remained of this devastation were a couple of broken bikes and hundreds of syringes scattered about the road. Longtime fans of the show should know my feelings about this tragedy. Call it karma or schadenfreude for our German listeners. This cardboard-wielding frog now ranks #1 on my Mount Rushmore of biking. If you all remember, I absolutely despise bikers, and my first ever shower stall destroyed these pavement lemurs who pedal around in their cute little uniforms competing with vehicular traffic on country roads. Almost equally, I'm not a fan of surrender monkeys whose greatest contribution to the world is the Renault Alliance. But I digress. So what woke social commentary was written on this cardboard sign that invaded the Tour de France and wiped out all these soap dodgers? It said, Ale Ope Omi, which loosely translates to go grandpa and grandma.
What?
Welcome to Emmanuel Macron's France. It said go grandma and grandpa.
Really?
And she turns it. Have you guys seen it?
Is it awesome?
No.
Oh, it's freaking ridiculous.
Why
She's
does it
holding
say
the sign,
that?
she's like,
Mark's laughing. He thinks it's hilarious.
It was ridiculous.
Was it a good video, Mark?
Dude, they're suing her now. The country of France and
Is suing the girl.
suing this girl. They can't find her yet because she ran after she looked back and they were like,
was it an accident?
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
But she's French, so I mean,
The French Sioux people. I think that's on your. This has got to be on his Mount Rushmore of shower stalls for
yeah.
sure. That was
I
awesome.
got a couple good ones in there.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
knew you guys would
I
like
was
the
I was a bigger fan.
I like the
of his-
cigarettes and eclairs. That was
I was a
great.
bigger fan. My favorite one ever was when he explained to us how to what was the terms he used that were kind of weird.
Oh,
Was that the
horse,
the equestrian?
the horse equestrian thing, which I did on your back porch right before he came out. I was like, those aren't real words.
Well, the other favorite was the Elmer Fudd one where
I still don't remember that.
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
good
you
one.
were hammered that night.
I must have been. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was cigarettes and eclairs. I think you had too
Yeah.
many of.
So Hop wrote, I'm gonna go back to this. It would be the billionaire owners locking out players.
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
I love people that hate capitalism because without capitalism, we are Venezuela. So
Somebody built those
you know what?
stadiums.
Billionaire owners, you know what the billionaire owners should do? Close the doors.
I agree.
Shut their stadiums.
Yeah.
See these 100 millionaire players live their lives.
The 100
Remember,
millionaire players are going to be fine. It's going to be all the guys on the lower totem.
That's the thing.
Which
The
is a big
Gavin-
percentage.
The Gavin Lux type guy.
Yeah, that's a high
Wow.
percentage of players.
Yeah.
They can't go 2 years without getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the billionaire owner thing, but they're the ones that put the money up and take the loss. They took the loss last year when it was closed during COVID. The players
Yep.
didn't give back any money, did they?
No. There was
When
a
the-
certain well, it was just based
But
on the
they got
amount of
paid
games.
their- when the stadiums were, when they didn't make stadium money.
Yeah, you're right.
They just played baseball.
They got the
They got
percentage of the
TV
games they
revenue,
played. Yep.
They got the TV revenue, but the stadiums are empty.
Yeah.
The players
No
go, well, you know, we'll
concessions,
give you a little more back. We'll help you guys out. We feel
No.
bad for
No, they fought it the whole way.
Oh yeah, they didn't want to
Tooth
play.
and nail.
They didn't want to play.
Well, you know who fought it was the upper echelon, the
Yes.
guys that are paid.
The young
30
guys were
yeah.
like, well, I want to play. I need to get paid.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yes,
It was last year this started. You're right. That's
yeah,
when it
that
all
was a
started.
big deal,
Yeah.
and it is such a gigantic percentage of all the players.
I'm
And
kind of
it's more than you would even
It would
think.
be worse in the NFL because almost all the players are under like 500.
I'm interested to see though. They have to vote for this as a union. What happens in this vote after they saw how I understand the unions ruin everything. I don't care what you say.
They're oblivious to what.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
But you think the players might go, you know what? I don't want to vote for this. I want to keep playing. I need to get paid. Do you think the players that ever happens? Like a mutiny? Like almost like screw you guys that make
should
35. You guys that make 35 grand a bat when I make that in a month if I'm lucky. Really? You guys are gonna tell me I
they
can't
should,
play?
but they have no voice. You know, that's the other thing.
I think they all get the vote, right?
Yeah,
well,
they get
a vote.
It's gonna be all old guys representing them, so
Yeah.
they're all getting paid decent money.
They'll get
steered
a certain way. I'm sure.
In the big picture, it's all above our pay grade.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter if they play or not for us. I mean, they play, we get entertained. If they don't play, we just watch something else. We watch a drama.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll watch reruns of Mad Men.
Soap operas. I'm kind of going.
Ooh, Mexican soap operas.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
You can't do that. That's that. What do they call it? What's that?
Oh, Charro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Charro. Yeah.
Yeah, Charro. Yeah.
We could
Salvador
watch
Gigante, but yeah,
we could watch Peaky Blinders. Watch Peaky
We should,
Blinders.
as a
There's a
group.
lot of boxing and
what are we
horse
gonna do?
racing in that.
Baseball takes up a big part of the year because
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be when's the NBA over and the NHL here in a couple of weeks, probably 2 weeks.
Golf. But the golf season's wrapping up in a way with the majors. It's
But you have the Ryder Cup.
We're gonna have like a month and a half of nothing.
So you got
to
what's
talk
coming
about.
up? The British Open next, and that's
British Open's in a couple weeks.
It's
I
in
think.
August, right, usually?
No, it's mid-July.
I thought it was always the second week. I thought it was always like the first week.
No,
of
it's
August.
the weekend that are you Santa playing Super Y?
It was always city tournament weekend. For
It's
softball.
like the 17th. It's when Heather's gone. Heather and Ella are gone in Ohio.
17, 18, 19.
Yeah,
that time,
it's that weekend. So I'll be over here at 6 a.m. to watch it with you.
That's fine.
Bloody Marys and
what day is that?
Cigarettes and eclairs.
15th through 18th. Okay.
The July.
Yeah, because you got to watch it early in the morning.
Maybe it was always. Maybe it was always.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe it was always Rotary weekend. It was.
Yeah, that sounds more like
That's what it was. Yeah.
Maybe that.
Because I remember we'll get up in the morning and watching
pajamas.
But then that's your last major because the way that they had they have the PGA now.
Was it always in August? Wasn't it in August?
PGA was always in August, and they
maybe
moved that to May.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. U.S. Open's always Father's Day.
Yeah.
Masters always April.
Yeah,
Now
but the
the Ryder
PGA used to
Cup-
be in August.
We got the Ryder Cup this year though too.
Yeah, that's September.
Yeah.
Okay, so one last thing before we finish up here. They were talking about Damian Lillard, the trade destinations, possibly now that everything's going on with them. Top 5 teams on the list are the possible Raptors, Knicks, Pelicans. You also have
Pelicans. They just don't they keep getting rid of their guys?
The Sixers are very intriguing to me because that would make them a tough
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Simmons would probably be who knows what happened to him. But the biggest one on here, the Oakland native going to Golden State.
Oh my God. Yeah. See,
Jesus Christ!
how do they make that work though?
Well,
with the
that's why-
contract,
that's why
he's
he
a
went-
high-paid player,
And
man.
get Klay Thompson back.
He's a smart guy.
We say that every year, though. We're gonna get
Yeah.
Klay Thompson
Yeah, I
back.
feel bad for that guy. I love to see him.
He's a great player.
Didn't
Love
Lillard
him.
though just request he wanted like Billups or Kid? He wanted
No,
somebody
he
that-
wanted a kid, and
He
then
wanted a
Billups
kid.
came, and he says
Oh.
after he kind of backtracked.
I bet he
So
stays.
I think this is all whatever. But they kind of were like, then he wrote out, I like Billups and Kid. So
Okay.
Lillard seems like a very stand-up guy in a way. So
Yeah, I like
he
Lillard.
always. I think he really wants the Portland to bring guys to him.
Yeah.
I really do. I really think he wants.
He
to build
needs
a
a he needs a second. He needs a guy to ride
Oh,
with.
Middleton. He's clutch. He'd be perfect in Portland.
basically. And then who do we get?
CJ McCollum.
Ooh.
I'm not. Middleton just had a 38-point night in a playoff game when we needed him most, and this guy's still killing him.
Let's
Don't forget the Mount Rushmore.
tomorrow's.
Don't forget our
16.
Mount Rushmore.
Tomorrow's 16.
You're giving me a headache.
If he gets 16 points, that's close to 20.
got ice
Scott
cream
just wants
headache from
20.
this.
I got an ice cream headache from listening about Middleton. Oh, why do people hate Middleton so much? Well, you know what? If I had time to pull up all his stats, we could laugh about him for an hour. About his last 10 games.
All right, let's go to the NFL NFC West.
Okay, snake draft, NFC West. So let's go. Oh, not snake draft. Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
So let's start with the. We're in the NFC West for the snake. Mount Rushmore. Holy cow!
Wow.
And we're gonna do the Seattle Seahawks first, the Sea Chickens. So let's start with Ed.
Jim Zorn's dad.
Jim Zorn's dad.
Steve Largent.
Steve Largent, nice.
I did my homework tonight.
I'm taking beast mode. Marshawn Lynch.
Wow.
Nah, he doesn't even
Are you
make
gonna?
my top 10.
You want to hop in with us, Mark? Be our fourth? No. No. I'll do Russell Wilson.
You would, huh?
And you'll take
So
you take
Sierra.
the extra one.
I'll take Cortez Kennedy.
Nice, great pick. I can't remember his name. The offensive lineman that played for them for years, and
We just talked about him the other day.
the last 10 years he played.
Not Hutchinson.
No.
Oh, Hutchinson's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be down a little bit, I think.
No, but
though.
the big left tackle played. He was left tackle for Russell
Yeah.
Wilson,
We just talked
and
about
he
him the other
actually
day.
went someone else. Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
So next,
Walt Jones. No, that's before.
Walter
that.
Jones was
That was
before,
before
that.
that.
Yeah, he was a good player.
You know what else? Kenny Easley.
oh, that's a good one.
Walter-
Walter Jones. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Walter
Was
Jones.
Walter
There it is. Yep,
Jones.
yep.
Okay, so I was
He
right.
played with Wilson?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, he was left tackle when he got there.
He wasn't with Hasselbeck?
I think he was there, right? He played for a few years with.
No, we're not going to argue with Hop. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah, he knows everything. He does know everything.
So let's go with Eric. Will start the Oakland, LA, Vegas. That's the wrong team.
Yeah, we don't have that.
The Rams.
Oh.
Sorry, Rams.
I was like,
LA,
what the hell are we doing
St.
here?
Louis, Rams. I was thinking Raiders. I got
The
it in my
Rams
head.
have so many.
He said it. Yeah, yeah.
The Rams have so many options. It's crazy. More than you think. But I'm going to take Falk.
Oh, I like that one.
I'm gonna take Eric Dickerson.
Dickerson.
I thought you were gonna take Bruce Dickinson, but yeah. Needs more cowbell. More
Is that the
cowbell.
right guy?
More
I'm
cowbell.
thinking
Bruce Dickerson.
I'm thinking Bruce Banner.
He puts his pants on one leg at a time. Except when he does it, he makes platinum records.
You said who?
I didn't say anything. I said
He's-
Deacon Jones.
Yeah, I like that
And
one.
who's your fourth?
I'll take Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Kurt Warner.
Won him a
I'd have to
Super
say
Bowl.
Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce would be in there for
Yep.
me.
Both of them should be.
I can see his Orlando Pace.
Yeah, old Pace.
Oh, I forgot about
offensive
him.
lifriendman. Yeah,
I was at his enshrinement.
Gotta pick. Yeah, yeah,
Jack Youngblood.
yeah.
Yeah, those are good ones. There's a lot of good
Merlin
players.
Olsen.
Merlin Olsen.
I'm friends
Oh.
with Merlin Olsen. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Crazy Legs Hirsch. You got to get that
there's,
one in there.
There's so much history
I
with
know.
that organization.
I only
all
went 10
these,
deep on
all
that.
these
How about
organizations.
Kellen Winslow?
Oh, that's the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers.
Chargers.
Bob threw us a curveball.
He's thinking Michael Winslow.
He's just saying Winslow. Michael Winslow.
Meow meow. Does that sound like Michael Winslow?
Scott's got this pet fetish going on.
Wait. Were we talking to you guys? Was it with you guys the mouse impression the one time? Where was I talking to someone?
Mouse
about that?
and
It wasn't
how do you
here.
do a
No,
mouse
I did
impression?
not.
So yeah.
What the hell?
Raccoon or something. What the hell was it?
The raccoon. You did. You're like a bunny or something. Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that?
I've never
That's a
talked to
raccoon.
one before.
You sounded like Hannibal Lecter eating his fava beans.
I know.
Oh,
Fava
fava
nice
beans.
Chianti. Oops.
who's
E.
up?
McKellen.
That's still the wrong team.
Kellen Winslow.
Are we on the Rams?
That's the
LA,
Chargers.
the LA,
Yeah.
LA Rams, not the LA Chargers. We're on the LA Rams. I said Rams, right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
said the St. Louis, Oakland Rams.
No,
and
St. Louis, LA
Vegas,
Rams. I meant, yeah.
whatever.
Okay. So,
Where are we at?
Arizona.
49 or Arizona go?
Well, 49ers will just
That's
go for
easy.
days. But I'll take Arizona. I get Arizona.
Yeah, take it.
Arizona, St. Louis Cardinals. I'm gonna take Neil Lomax.
Really?
You are not.
Going on the way
Pick
back.
somebody
though.
real.
Yes.
That's
He
legit.
just made that up.
It's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
That's the guy from Dr. Seuss.
I will take
the Lomax.
And that's a tough one because I'm gonna take Patrick Peterson.
I don't know who that is.
Cardinals.
He's
I
good.
know, I'm joking.
Solid.
I'm gonna pick that 90-year-old guy, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great pick. Great pick.
Mine is Pat Tillman.
Oh, okay.
I see what you
Hero.
did there.
Oh, I get the last one. Man, Cardinals are doing us off the top of my head. So we have the Phoenix, Arizona, St. Louis Cardinals.
One of those.
Chicago too.
Got an announcer in
Chicago.
there.
Oh, let me think. Chicago.
Oh, Chicago Cardinals?
Yeah, they were the same team. Yeah.
I don't know anybody in
Man,
there.
I'm gonna go with Kurt Warner.
They got him to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Almost should have won it.
Yeah. Could have won it. Yeah.
If it wasn't for Santana or Santonio Holmes, right? Caught
Holmes,
that
and then there was that pick before halftime.
Yeah.
What's his name? James Harrison, which was like 3 blocking the backs. Jim Hart. Jim Hart, who was I thinking about actually.
Emmett Smith.
And then Emmett Smith.
Yeah, he had some
He
good
broke the
years there.
touchdown record.
Dan,
Right there he did, yep.
Dan Deerdorf,
Oh, that's a good call. Dan
Larry
Deerdorf.
Wilson, Aeneas Williams.
Dan Deerdorf's greatest achievement.
You know which one
Webster.
I was waiting. That was
Mhm. Was
George
legit.
Papadopoulos.
George Papadopoulos played for the Lions in the show.
What was I going? Oh, Jackie Smith, the tight end back in the 70s. I didn't know this. When he retired, he was the leading tight end for yardage. So that was like in probably 1980
Is
or
that the
whatever.
Cowboys Jackie Smith that dropped the ball in the end? Oh, it was Jackie Thompson. The guy that dropped the end zone touchdown against the Steelers and they lost. He slid across the back of the end zone. He hit his chest and dropped it. Steelers Super Bowl.
Jackie Wilson's the singer. Jackie Smith's the tight end.
That's who it is.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's.
Oh yeah, no, I
he's
remember.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jackie
I remember
Chan,
he
yeah.
caught that touchdown on the ladder.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Jackie Chan.
Spun around the ladder, caught the touchdown. Yeah.
Didn't he play for the Knicks too? And all that insanity? No, that was Jeremy Lin.
Chansanity.
49ers. Who's up?
Hops like it's Alex Karras. It was.
Karras.
He was the one that was suspended with
George
a ball.
Deerdorf played for the.
Deerdorf's an announcer.
Deerdorf, he was a Monday Night Football guy.
But he played for the Cardinals too.
Yes, oh yeah, he's on my
I know,
Cardinals.
but-
Deerdorf's on my Cardinals.
George Papadopoulos.
That was Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
You know what, Hop?
He was suspended with
Hop.
Paul Hornung.
It was Dan Deerdorf. We all agree.
Yep, Deerdorf.
And I'm Dan Deerdorf.
And it was.
Yeah.
And it was a.
Deerdorf.
Deerdorf.
It was. Damn it! Now I can't remember the other little guy's name.
Webster?
It wasn't Emmanuel Lewis. It
Gary
was
Coleman?
Gary
Gary Coleman.
Shit! I screwed that up.
That was called like not.
What you
Webster.
talking about? What is?
He's thinking of a different show. This was the one with Gary Coleman and Dan
Gary
Deerdorf.
Coleman, Dan Deerdorf.
Yeah, that one.
It was called what could
Winston.
what should it be called? Winston.
Winston.
Kellen. Kellen Winston.
Kellen Winston playing for the Arizona LA Cardinals.
We need to pull this back here.
Okay, so
We still got the 49ers.
49ers.
Oh, this is
Eddie-
gonna be a tough one.
Hey, you get to start. Go ahead.
I'm going Jerry Rice all the way on this.
Wow, I like that. I'm gonna go Joe Montana
I'm gonna go with. I want to say.
or Montana.
I'm gonna go.
CSI.
I'm gonna go with Steve Young.
Yeah.
Or Criminal Minds. I meant.
Go
You
ahead.
went Steve Young?
Yeah.
Montana Rice. Yeah, I'm going the guy that played with a missing finger, Ronnie Lott.
Bill Walsh.
Ah, good call.
How about DiBartolo?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Eddie DeBartolo. Huh?
And what he was he the GM or the president?
He was the Carmen Policy.
Yeah.
Was one of them? They were both.
Policy was the GM. The Bartolo was the owner
And
president.
didn't he get in trouble like for tax evasion or something crazy?
No.
Yeah, he had some
It was
issues.
it was in New Orleans with
Him and Darren Sharper.
no, he was doing something
With the
like
morphine.
it was like a casino type deal or something. I want to
Yeah.
say
He
It
had
was some-
some.
it was some weird
skeletons,
thing.
yeah.
Wasn't Darren Sharper trouble in New Orleans?
Everywhere.
That was
There was
Atlanta.
like
That
5
was
cities.
Atlanta.
No, it was Eugene Robinson.
Oh yeah, Eugene Robinson.
These ex-Packers going around.
Well, he just got the Hummers.
It wasn't New Orleans because he was playing for the Saints then.
Yeah,
Darren Sharper.
Because he like assaulted some woman, right? Like
Darren
raped her.
Sharper
Not
had.
good.
yeah, with roofies.
Yeah, Darren Sharper had 5 different occurrences in 5 different cities because they all he had cases in all
So he's
those.
like a serial rapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, his last stint was with
and
the
he's
Saints.
still more loved than Aaron Rodgers.
Good point.
Well, goes to show you.
Let's move on. Bryant Young.
Oh yeah. How about I'm gonna give a shout out to Tom Rathman,
Oh wow.
Yeah, nobody ever mentions
the
him.
old fullback.
Charles Haley.
I mean, this is
17 Super Bowls or something. The guy won.
17.
Five,
Five, whatever it
One with the
was.
Cowboys and 3.
How about who's the running back?
Well, Ricky Running Waters.
Ricky Running Water.
No, with all the good was Roger Craig.
Roger Craig. Yeah. He also his wife Jenny.
Jenny Craig, yeah.
Who was the fullback?
Tom Rathman.
He just said it.
Oh, Rathman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I said. Do you pay attention?
Jesus.
the Twilight Zone.
That's good. That's good drama. You should have named that.
What is wrong with that chair?
Back to the Future 2.
Oh, that was the 3 is the worst one.
3's with the Cowboys.
I believe we're
Hey,
done there.
any 49ers mark you can think of?
Oh, yeah, he
wow.
was ripped too.
Yeah. Good.
Man.
Not a bad coach either.
You could bounce a quarter off his 18 abs.
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
Sing- Mike Singletary.
That was the boxer. Yeah,
Mike Singletary is a coach.
How about I'm gonna go with I'll give him a little shout out. The tight end that he kind of turned around. The big dude when he sent him to the locker room.
George Kittle.
No.
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
He
I want winners.
He has some good years. Yeah. He had
I
some-
want
he had
winners.
some good years after that. Oh, Dwight Clark.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Come on, the catch.
A catch. That's my wife calls me the catch.
Hey. Not
And then she
behind your
says it's time
back
for catch and release.
She said your catch of the day.
of the day.
Catch of the
Jesus.
day. Wow.
That's what she told me. I don't know.
What else we
Brent
got?
Jones, John Taylor, prime time Deion Sanders.
I like John Taylor too.
Deion Sanders has to go on the team that drafted him. Who drafted him? Falcons. We put him
Falcons,
on,
yeah.
so he's got to stay on the Falcons because
He's the best.
Well, we do that with other guys.
Well, yeah, but
To Kurt Warner and two.
But you couldn't. Primetime cannot get a Mount Rushmore for San Fran. It's just too good.
Kurt Warner.
No, he was only there for a year
And
or two. Right?
he couldn't get on the Cowboys because they're too good.
Yeah, that's true.
You think about it. He has to go on the Falcons because
And he was his best years with Falcons.
Well, he was good all
Ravens.
over.
He played for the Ravens too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, it was 37. Was he always? What number did he wear?
21.
Because he wore 37 with the Ravens. I remember
I
that.
thought he wore 69.
Uh,
Yeah, he was 21, right? Oh, Terrell Owens. Yeah.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah. 81.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your numbers again?
Oh my God. Number one.
For our newer fans,
yeah,
let's just run this out for.
Well,
14
yeah, we've
weeks.
never.
Okay, 1, Raphael Septien. 2, 1, Justin Fields.
Yeah. Number
Oh,
two. Is,
speaking of, I'm driving home from work and I see
Justin
a
Fields.
guy pulled over in a number 1 Fields Bears jersey up against the car getting patted down the other night.
Nice,
And I thought of I wanted to take a picture so bad, but it was like, it's dangerous. So that I could text you guys, but sure enough, in a Fields jersey, that's what the future.
I would have took that chance if I was you.
I think it was him.
You think it was Fields?
It might have been. He did go to Ohio State.
He's out in just some field in Kenosha.
No, this was in Milwaukee.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's hard to find those fans in Milwaukee.
It wasn't a
Bear fans.
field. There wasn't a cycling race going on with cardboard signs.
Yeah, that was.
Did you watch Tour de France at all?
No, I don't watch the Tour de France. Lance isn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
All these guys have 2 testicles.
He's like Tour de France. I don't watch a Tour de France.
While I smoke cigarettes and eat eclairs
It's true.
and wear my
You
yellow.
ever been to France?
No,
Heather, give me some escargots.
if I can say that wrong.
I did call them a bunch of snail eaters too, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I just want to make sure I got that in there.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Old River. I don't know what the fuck.
Okay,
I don't
speaking
know.
of au revoir.
I barely don't speak.
Speaking
Yeah.
of au revoir,
Let's wrap this
I
up.
got, I got some random thoughts
Oh,
tonight.
go ahead.
Shit.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I got a bunch too.
Okay.
Oh man, my bladder can't handle this.
I know I gotta go too. Why is it that every single time a member of the Biden administration's asked a question, any question, this will be good, the answer always begins, Mr. Biden has been clear. Just watch a press conference sometime. It's weird. They always say that. They're always like, Mr. Biden has been clear. So I kind of pictured it as like this. It's like, the guy's like, yes, the man in the Biden Harris Build Back Better t-shirt over there. And the guy's like, yeah, what's the president's stance on butterflies? To answer your question, Mr. Stelter, the president has been clear that butterflies are cool. No more questions. That's every press conference. Did you ever watch?
You gotta stop watching them. Do you think I have?
Every time
I don't have better things to do than watch a
He's
Joe
so-
Biden press conference.
he's so clear that they have to say that every time. He's been clear about this.
He has been.
Yeah.
He
The
loves butterflies.
The lapdog media, doesn't matter what they ask. It's like, the president's been clear. You got to watch it.
I can't watch it.
Have you never seen this?
Yeah. I'm surprised he likes butterflies. They're hard to catch and sniff. That's good. What else, Ed?
So I do have a story that came.
Oh, I gotta pee.
This is gonna be a good one.
Go ahead.
So there's a friend of the show that spent quite a bit of money on hair plugs, and then he always wears a hat. And I was talking to another person, and he goes, "That's if I got my dick enlarged, I would never wear pants."
Oh, I said that. I said that.
That's awesome. I like
did
that.
say
I
that.
would never wear pants.
Why? It's like.
I told you it was gonna be good.
This is a friend to show. You guys will tell me later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow. I'm so glad Scott wears pants.
Mark was
really.
happy he came to the show tonight.
Wait, it's not Mark, is it? He's gonna walk out. I thought you were gonna walk out. That's a beautiful head he has.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll do one last one, unless you guys got something else.
I got no random thoughts.
No.
You guys see this in California, a state that brags about their green energy initiatives? There's currently a shortage of power. So people driving electric cars are buying generators, filling them with gas to charge their freaking green car.
Are you shitting me?
That is no shit.
Oh, it's true. I saw
That's
that same
so
thing.
You That's so
cannot
California.
make that up. So they're
That's
running the
unbelievable.
gas stations, filling up cans, coming back, filling up a generator,
Yeah.
plugging their car into the generator
Mhm.
to save the planet.
And all those fossil fuels that
Yeah.
are used to make electricity.
Yeah. Because I mean, gas generators are so much more efficient than a power plant.
Electricity comes, Eric,
from butterflies.
Butterfly farts.
Butterfly kisses. Thank you very much.
Okay, so anything else? Ed?
I got all okay. No, go ahead.
Do one more.
One more.
Oh shit. I gotta be careful with some of these. You guys ever get these fake calls that try to scam you out of money? Like it's all day now. For some reason, they can't figure out where the robocalls are coming from 5 times a day, telling me about my cable bill, my car warranty, a fake energy bill, or how they're going to forgive my college loan debt. Is there no way with the current technology we can just trace a phone number back to a building with 25,000 freaking phone lines making 14 million calls an hour? Nobody has any clue where they're coming from. These are considered a necessity, but looking for where the Wuhan virus originated, not. It makes no sense to me.
My favorite robocalls are the ones that are like this. Now I get these like once a week. And it sounds like a robot. You're being reached because you are in trouble with the IRS. You must call this number to.
Yeah.
Oh, that bitch has been calling me too.
I'm like.
She sounds hideous too, by the way.
I'm sitting there going, so number one, if I was in trouble, why would I call you?
Yeah.
Why would I? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, pick me up here.
Come get me.
Where do I send the check?
Screw that.
Click.
Bring the
phone in a pond.
Bring the zip ties and duct tape.
No, that's my new team name, Zip Ties and Duct Tape. That's why I get dates.
Oh, jeez.
Back before I met Jenny. That's why I met her.
Was zip tie, duct tape? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I figured that. Yeah, makes
dragged her
hush.
Yeah. Dragged her by her hair like a caveman.
You hush now.
You hush. And I petted her. You be quiet.
Pretty girl.
Yeah.
Pretty girl.
Yeah, then I sniffed her.
Gross. You guys ever seen American Ninja Warrior? You guys ever watch that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watch it quite a bit. There's one of the contestants the other day. They're like, here's a big old farm boy weighed in at a staggering 170 pounds.
No
I'm like,
way.
That's like the size of a middle school linebacker.
Jeez.
She's 170. They were making him out like he's this monster guy. He's like swinging an axe trying to cut wood on the stage. It just happened to be
Was
there.
he big?
Oh, well, he's built, but 170 pounds.
That's still small, yeah.
Jesus, I was like that one of my junior year.
He was 6'4", 170. This guy's a monster.
Oh my God. It's TV big guys are not as big as little guys in normal life.
TV big guys.
I don't get it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, I'm done.
It's like I got more for next week. Then I'll give you more.
Yeah, I gotta save some of these.
So let's close your thoughts, Ed.
I don't know. Well, let's hope the Bucks can finish this out in 5.
Yeah, Bucks in 5. Let's hope for it. Anything else?
Nah, I just went through a whole bunch of stuff.
Eric?
It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of a man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Okay, yeah.
What's your favorite episode?
I like the one with the glass. The guy with the glass when he loses, breaks his glasses. He's got all the books.
I like the one with all the birds.
There's one, and you like that's
a movie. But I see where you're going. I like where you're going.
Waiting for you guys are all like, what the?
That movie freaks me out. By the way,
the nurses, like when they pull the mask down, they got those weird alien.
Yeah,
faces.
I like the one where the guy likes his mom a lot, and then he. Oh, never mind. I don't want to get.
Oh wow,
that's. You ever see the one where there's like these astronauts? Or and they're like, how do they go? But they land on like this house and they're attacking.
I know where. Yeah,
it's like a bunch of aliens and they're like climbing down and they're shooting this old lady who's sitting in her house.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then
all the best ones are all like in the first season.
Yeah, and then so she's like trying to fight them and they're shooting her and her hands are all burned and she's beating them with it.
Mm-hmm.
So then finally, you're like, dude, this poor old lady, these aliens are all over, and she climbs up on the roof. And they're like trying to get away, and it says like United States, and it's like Houston, we have a problem, and she's beating the shit out of their craft.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, kind of did that little switcheroo thing. It's a pretty good one.
It goes.
Yeah, they always do.
It's a zone. Do do do
What is
do do.
that?
I don't know. No idea.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help Ed out. A little
Well,
bit.
good show tonight. Ed and Eric, thank you. Mark, thanks for stopping by.
Mark,
hanging out, drinking some
God,
beers
he was
with
way
us.
better than Willie.
God, he was great.
Yeah,
way better than Willie.
He actually had more to add, and he it was really incredible.
I can't believe he wears a hat
And he
all the
was
time with his plugs.
concise
So
and to the point.
Oh, we're gonna put out a solo alert for Willie since he can't text anybody ever.
Yeah,
everybody knows
Who's Willie?
Everybody knows Willie right now. That's listening. Let's text him
Text
right
him
now.
right
and
now.
Ask him why he doesn't text his friends if you can do a podcast or not.
Where is he now?
Everybody text him right now. So you can't answer Ed, Scott, and Eric. That's cool. That's all you write to him. That's it.
just text, where are you now?
Yep. And copy me in it too, so I can see his responses. So put my text in there. So
Can you blind copy
everybody
me?
send it to him. Willie, what's wrong? You're missing from the podcast. It was nothing. It wasn't the same without you. It was just way better. So put that. So once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast, guys. Once again, thank you very much. Great week. Bucks in 5, we hope. And well, we'll talk to you next week. And once again, stay classy, Wisconsin.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Let's give him more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Feels so